Chapter 2274. I'll leave it to you. Longao did not ask about the rest. He believed in his elder brother's abilities. If he interfered, it would not be worth it. Now that he had become a Starry Sky Universe Master, his next task was to do everything he could to become a titled Universe Master. It was a pain in the ass to wait for the mysterious power in the Chaos Hall. Because Longao did not know when the mysterious power in the Primal Chaos stage would appear. What if he had to wait for tens of thousands of years? The only way now was to continue to refine Starry Sky Corp's slaves. Only then could he become a titled Universe Master in the shortest time possible. He continued to refine Starry Sky Corp's slaves. In a place not far from the soaring dragon realm, Zhao Chong's face was gloomy and as ugly as it could get, because Zhao Chong never thought that Longao would be so arrogant, to the point that he didn't even put him in his eyes. Not to mention the soaring dragon empire, even in the first empire, his position was very high. A Starry Sky Mighty was considered to be at the top of the martial Dao pyramid. Jian Wudi also had a helpless look on his face. He had not expected things to turn out this way. On one side was his master, and on the other side was Longao. He did not know how to choose. He felt helpless. Jian Wudi sighed deeply and said helplessly, "Master, Brother Long is a good person," and Jian Wudi didn't hide anything about Ling Hu Yao. He told her everything from beginning to end. Zhao Chong's face changed when he heard the story. He didn't expect that Ling Hu Yao was actually a legend of the Starry Sky. The most shocking thing was that Ling Hu Yao had actually chosen to submit to Longao. If his disciple hadn't said it himself, he wouldn't have believed it even if he was beaten to death. "Wudi, do you know the reason?" Jian Wudi knew what his master meant. He shook his head and said no. Jian Wudi could not figure out why the fox demon would choose to submit to Longao out of the blue. What was the reason for that? He could not figure it out. He really could not figure it out. Wudi, Longao ignored the First Empire and took over the Heaven-Devouring Empire. Do you think the First Empire will let him go? I won't. How could Jian Wudi not know about this? This was also the reason why he was helpless. He sincerely regarded Longao as a friend. Of course, he didn't want anything to happen to his friend. However, the strength of the number 1 Starry Sky Empire was there. Longao alone couldn't compete with the number 1 Starry Sky Empire. "Master, you won't make an enemy of Longao, will you?" "I won't. If there weren't any universe legends or universe immortals present, perhaps there would be. But now, he definitely wouldn't." Zhao Chong knew himself well. He definitely couldn't fight against a space legend or space immortal, but that didn't mean the number 1 star empire couldn't. "Wudi, I know what you mean, but I can tell you clearly that the battle between the First Starry Sky Empire and the Longao is unavoidable." What did Master mean by this? "Wudi, I know that you have a close relationship with Longao. I can tell you that although I don't like this person very much, his talent and luck are both excellent. If you can stay by his side, you may be able to go further in the future." Zhao Chong was no fool. Even a space legend like Ling Hu Yao had chosen to submit to Longao. How could there be nothing fishy about this? Zhao Chong's intuition told him that this was definitely not a simple matter. "I understand, Master." Zhao Chong left, but Jian Wudi stayed behind. Although he didn't know what his master meant, he knew very well that his master would never harm him. Longao was also very curious about Jian Wudi's sudden return. He could clearly sense that Zhao Chong didn't have the slightest good impression of him before. Even if Zhao Chong didn't deal with him for Jian Wudi's sake, it was impossible for them to become friends. If that was the case, why had Zhao Chong allowed Jian Wudi to return? "Brother Jian, what do you mean by this?" Looking at Longao in front of him, Jian Wudi's face was full of ridicule. When he'd first met Longao had only been a titled realm king. In just a few short months, Longao had become a universe venerable, only one level away from him. If it had been anyone else, Jian Wudi would have been full of confidence. However, when it came to Longao, he didn't have the slightest bit of confidence. Jian Wudi had an intuition that the current him did not seem to be Longao's match at all. Smiling helplessly, Jian Wudi said, "Brother Long, are you willing to take me in?" "What do you mean?" Longao was a little confused because he still didn't know what Jian Wudi meant. Why would he suddenly say such a thing? "Brother Long, to tell you the truth, my master has no intention of being your enemy. He's just conveying the First Empire's message." "I know that." Longao knew very well that Zhao Chong had come this time to test him for the First Empire. If Zhao Chong wanted to deal with him, he wouldn't have come at all. "Brother Jian, if you have something to say, just say it. Our relationship is right here. Why dilly-dally?" Jian Wudi smiled and said, "Brother Long, I've already left the First Empire and officially joined your empire. I don't know if you're willing." My God, Longao was overjoyed. He never thought that Jian Wudi would suddenly make such a choice. "Brother Jian, of course I'm more than happy to have you join the Soaring Dragon Empire. I'm just curious why you suddenly changed your mind. Is it your master's idea?" Longao wasn't a fool. He could see the relationship between Jian Wudi and Zhao Chong. If it wasn't for Zhao Chong's approval, he was almost certain that Jian Wudi wouldn't have made such a decision. Jian Wudi knew that he couldn't hide it. He never thought of hiding it. No matter what, he treated Longao as a true friend. A friend shouldn't hide anything. "Brother Long, your guess is right. It's master's approval. Although I don't know what master means, I sincerely want to join the Soaring Dragon Empire. I believe you should know." Understood. Longao didn't continue to dwell on this issue. It would be superfluous if he said more. He smiled and said, "Brother Jian, your master came here to test me. It seems that even the First Empire can't make a move. In the following time, I'm preparing to expand my forces rapidly. Sooner or later, I'll replace them and lead the Soaring Dragon Empire to dominate the vast starry sky." He was shocked. If someone else said this, Jian Wudi would definitely scoff. Only Longao was special. Jian Wudi knew very well that what others couldn't do didn't mean that Longao couldn't do it. Jian Wudi didn't say much because he didn't know what to say at this time. Chapter 2275. Longao still did not know what Zhao Chong meant. Why did Zhao Chong want Jian Wudi to join the Soaring Dragon Empire? There must be something fishy. Until now, Longao was not sure whether Zhao Chong was a friend or a foe. What should he do if Zhao Chong was playing tricks behind his back? No matter what, Zhao Chong was Jian Wudi's master, and Jian Wudi was his friend. If he was Zhao Chong's enemy, what would Jian Wudi do? It was really a troublesome matter. He did not continue to dwell on this problem. He would deal with it as it came, and take one step at a time. Longao continued to refine the Starry Sky Corp's demons. In the current situation, only by constantly refining the Starry Sky Corp's demons could he break through the current realm in the shortest time. He had successfully broken through to the Starry Sky Universe Master, and was only one step away from becoming a titled Universe Master. This step was easy to say, but extremely difficult to do. Countless Starry Sky Universe Masters were stuck at this stage. However, Longao was not worried at all. Because Longao had never thought that refining the Starry Sky Corp's demons could also improve his strength. Soaring Dragon Realm. Soaring Dragon Peak. Longao came over and looked at the endless void in the distance. No one knew what he was thinking. At this moment, a breeze blew, and Long Ming's figure appeared behind Longao. "You're finally here." Longao was not surprised at all, because he could clearly sense that Long Ming would come sooner or later, because the feud between him and Long Ming would be resolved sooner or later. He did not know whether Long Ming was a friend or a foe. "Brother, how are you?" "Brother?" Longao smiled bitterly and said, "Am I still your brother?" Longao knew very well that Long Ming was no longer his brother after successfully awakening the primordial spirit. I know that our relationship can no longer be the same as it was in the past, but Longao, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have been able to successfully awaken my soul. I will always remember this kindness. If there is a chance in the future, I will definitely return it to you. Longao smiled and did not take this matter to heart. He did not know whether or not he and Long Ming would become troublesome people in the future. No matter what, Long Ming was the ruler of time and space. He sighed deeply. Longao had never thought that Long Ming would be the legendary ruler of the universe. It was unbelievable. How he wished that Long Ming wasn't the ruler of the galaxy, but his good brother. Longao, I'm here to ask you one last time. Between me and Master God Diviner, who will you choose? This sentence again. Longao's balls hurt to the extreme. Long Ming, I've already said that I don't want to interfere in the matters between you two. Longao's meaning was very clear. How could Long Ming not understand? His expression changed again and again. He thought that Longao would give him face, but he never imagined that Longao would reject him again and again. As the ruler of the galaxy, when had he ever been rejected like this? Longao, Master God Diviner may have the upper hand now, but you should know that the 11 of us are not to be trifled with. In the future, we will definitely be able to eliminate the power of the Chaos Stone Tablet. When that time comes, do you think Master God Diviner will be our match? Under normal circumstances, Master God Diviner would of course not be able to fight 1 against 10. But under normal circumstances, Longao didn't know why, but he had a feeling that Master God Diviner was not as simple as he thought. Apart from Xiling and Long Chong, it was unknown whether the others would be able to escape this calamity. Long Ming, it seems that you really want to force me. I'm not forcing you, you're forcing yourself. If you don't want to interfere in this matter, I don't blame you, but you must swear a blood oath to me that no matter what happens, you will not act against me. How about it? I won't see you out. Goodbye. Longao took a step forward, and his entire person instantly disappeared without a trace. Looking at Longao's disappearing figure, Long Ming's face was extremely gloomy and ugly. He had forgotten about the brotherhood between them. What he wanted was eternity, which was the so-called fight to the death. The marvelous mathematician was an obstacle. Long Ming wanted to take action several times, but in the end, he restrained himself. If Longao had been alone, it would have been fine. But now, Longao had 2 starry sky rulers behind him. Long Ming did not have the slightest confidence that he would be able to take on 2 opponents at once. With Master God Diviner as a big problem, if he provoked 2 rulers, he was afraid that he would be doomed eternally. Longao, I hope you don't regret this. Soaring Dragon Empire. Back Mountain Forbidden Area. Long Chong scolded fiercely, Big brother, Long Ming is an ungrateful wretch. He has repeatedly caused trouble for you. What is he trying to do? If he dares to come again, I will kill him even if it means both of us will suffer. In the past, Long Chong would not have been qualified to say this. After all, the 2 of them had different identities and the difference in strength was too great. But now, Long Chong had devoured the 5 elements Chaos Tablet. As long as there were no accidents, he would become the new ruler of the 5 elements Starry Sky. It was still unknown who was stronger between the 5 elements Starry Sky and the Time Starry Sky. Longao smiled and said, Long Ming is no longer our brother, so there is no need to feel unhappy because of him. I have already made it very clear to him that I will not interfere in the matters between the rulers of the Starry Sky. If he comes again next time, I will close the door and not see him. Long Chong knew very well that under such circumstances, it was indeed not appropriate to fall out with Long Ming. Since his big brother had said so, no matter how unhappy Long Chong was, he could only choose to endure. At this time, Xiling said, Longao, do you feel that something is wrong? Why are the other rulers looking for you? Is it because of Master God Diviner? Continue. Longao knew very well that Xiling was implying something. He had thought about this problem before, and it was indeed a little strange. After all, it might be a coincidence that one ruler was looking for him, but if all of them were looking for him, it was a little too coincidental. According to my guess, if I am not mistaken, this matter should have something to do with Master God Diviner. Think about it. If Master God Diviner did not do this deliberately, why would the other rulers look for you for no reason and pester you? As rulers of the starry sky, they have nothing better to do. Why would they pester you? What a joke. It was not that he did not think of it, but it was indeed the case. What Xiling said made sense. It was very likely that Master God Diviner had arranged this, but Longao could not figure out why Master God Diviner was doing this. Did Master God Diviner want to deal with him? That should not be. If Master God Diviner wanted to deal with him, why would he need to do it himself? Chapter 2276. Who was the Master Clairvoyant? The Master Clairvoyant was the ruler of Starry Sky, and his situation was completely different from other rulers of Starry Sky. Now that the Master Clairvoyant had recovered to the level of ruler of Starry Sky, he could deal with other rulers of Starry Sky in a matter of minutes. However, this was a possibility. No one knew what the Master Clairvoyant was thinking. Was he really the Master Clairvoyant? Longao didn't know. In fact, Xiling was also guessing. He wasn't completely sure. Longao, I know what you're thinking, but I still want to remind you that you can't let your guard down. No one knows what the Master Clairvoyant is thinking. What do you think? How could Longao not understand Xiling's concerns? Whether or not the Master Clairvoyant did this on purpose, we have to pretend we don't know. It's not wise to fall out with the Master Clairvoyant at this time. He nodded. Xiling agreed. You're right. The Master Clairvoyant isn't someone we can afford to provoke right now. Xiling felt helpless. If she was at her peak, she wouldn't have to fear the Master Clairvoyant. Even if she wasn't a match for the Master Clairvoyant, at least she wouldn't die. But the situation now was completely different. Even if Longao's help had completely removed the power of the Chaos Tablet, refining it and breaking through to the ruler of Starry Sky wasn't an easy task. Would she be able to wait until then? The Master Clairvoyant wasn't a fool. Since he had already schemed against them, he definitely wouldn't let them break through to the ruler of Starry Sky so easily. What should she do? She was very depressed. Longao could guess what Xiling was thinking. Xiling, don't worry. Even the Master Clairvoyant can't do anything to my primal Chaos Palace. Longao was completely confident in this. Although he couldn't explain how powerful the primal Chaos Palace was, he could tell him directly that once he entered the primal Chaos Palace, not even the Master Clairvoyant could do anything to him. The primal Chaos Palace was Longao's greatest reliance. I hope so. Longao knew that Xiling didn't believe him. He didn't say much. Facts spoke louder than words. Right at this moment, Longao was pleasantly surprised, but more than that, he felt helpless. With a stride forward, his figure disappeared from the spot. In the next second, back mountain forbidden area. Senior Gu, Big Brother Yi is about to break through? Yes, I didn't expect that Yi Ji would choose to break through at this time. For some unknown reason, Longao was extremely curious in his heart as he looked at Gu Tian, who was by his side. He kept having the feeling that there was something wrong with Gu Tian, yet he was unable to put his finger on it. Now Yi Ji had reached the critical moment of his breakthrough. Once he crossed the bottleneck, he would be able to advance from legend to immortal. What kind of concept was that? Although it was only a level increase, the difference in strength was like heaven and earth. I made a breakthrough. Right when Longao was about to congratulate Yi Ji, Gu Tian, who was by his side, suddenly attacked him. If it wasn't for him noticing that something was off with Yi Ji, Longao would have probably died at this moment. Longao was extremely shocked in his heart, and he didn't know why Gu Tian suddenly attacked him. Could it be that Gu Tian wants to kill me? I can't figure it out, I really can't figure it out. If Gu Tian really wants to kill me, then why wait until now? No matter what, Gu Tian is a starry immortal in the end, and he can be considered as the strongest expert in the vast starry sky. There's utterly no need for him to fear me. Big Brother Yi, be careful. Longao's warning was obviously a bit late. At the same time that a shrill cry resounded out, Yi Ji's body had already been fiercely smashed out, and he fiercely smashed into the ground and directly smashed open a deep hole. Yi Ji spat out a mouthful of blood, and it was unknown whether he was dead or alive. Yi Ji looked coldly at Gu Tian, who appeared before him, and said, "Looks like my guess wasn't wrong. It was indeed you who killed my parents that day. Why haven't you killed me all along?" In just an instant, Longao had already understood what exactly was going on between Gu Tian and Yi Ji. Gu Tian was simply a smiling tiger, a hypocrite. Longao was extremely curious as well. Since Gu Tian killed Yi Ji's parents, why didn't Gu Tian eliminate the source of trouble? Ha 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 ha. Gu Tian roared madly with laughter towards the sky with an arrogant expression, and he said with a smile, "Kid, do you want to know why I haven't killed you all along?" Yi Ji forcefully endured the injuries in his body. If it wasn't for his injuries being too heavy, he would have made a move long ago. It was precisely this hypocrite that caused me to suffer heavy injuries. If it's really like this, then wouldn't I have no hope of taking revenge? I'm unwilling, I'm extremely unwilling in my heart. Brother Yi, could it be that you still don't intend to make an appearance? Brother Yi? Longao was extremely clearly aware of who the Brother Yi Gu Tian spoke of was. If nothing unexpected happened, then this Brother Yi was Yi Ji's father. Yi Ji had an expression of shock as well. He finally understood why Gu Tian didn't kill him earlier. So it turned out that it was because of his father. Could it be that my father isn't dead? Gu Tian, you killed my wife all those years ago, causing me to only be able to leave behind an incomplete soul. Now you want to kill my child as well. Could it be that you really intend to be ruthless? A mass of white light appeared. It turned out that the incomplete soul of Yi Ji's father had always been in Yi Ji's body, but Yi Ji didn't know about it. Even Longao didn't know about it. Ha ha ha, if you hadn't snatched away my lover back then, I would have my own child too. Yi Guang, you deserve to die, and so does your son. Ha 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 ha. Yi Guang didn't say much, because he relied on the strength of his incomplete soul to forcefully persist for so many years. The white light enveloped Yi Ji directly. In just a few seconds, Yi Ji's injuries were completely healed. Yi Guang's intention was very clear. He wanted to help his son recover from his injuries as quickly as possible. This way, Yi Ji could save his own life. No matter what, Yi Ji had already broken through to the starry sky, immortal realm. Longao, who had been silent all this time, said at this time, "Gu Tian, there's something I really don't understand. Since you wanted to lure Yi Guang out, why didn't you do it earlier? Why did you wait until Brother Ye's cultivation broke through to the starry sky immortal realm?" Not to mention Longao, even Yi Ji couldn't figure it out, so he didn't make a move immediately. That bastard Yi Guang set up a forbidden power. Unless Yi Ji's cultivation broke through to the starry sky immortal realm, the seal can only be broken. Otherwise, why would I wait until now? Ridiculous, really ridiculous. So that's why. At this moment, Longao and Yi Ji finally understood why Gu Tian would wait until now to make a move. Everything was planned beforehand. But they had to admit that Gu Tian was formidable indeed, because no matter if it was Longao or Yi Ji, both of them were unable to discern the slightest clue. Chapter 2277. Gu Tian, do you think you can kill me? Gu Tian's face was very gloomy because he never thought that Yi Guang would use his last strength to help his son recover. If he attacked with his full strength, Yi Ji would have died. But now? Yi Ji's cultivation had successfully broken through to the starry sky, immortal realm, and his injuries were healed. At this time, even if he could kill Yi Ji, he would have to pay a heavy price. What if he didn't attack? If he didn't remove the roots, it would grow again. Just as Gu Tian was about to attack, Yi Ji's body suddenly erupted with a shocking power and suppressed him. Yi Ji, I will be back. He didn't chase and just watched Gu Tian leave. Longao, you must be very curious why I didn't kill Gu Tian. Yes. Longao was indeed very curious because the aura released by Yi Ji was indeed very shocking. Even Gu Tian couldn't resist it. Otherwise, Gu Tian wouldn't have left. Why was that? Longao, you don't know that for the sake of helping me recover from my injuries, my father exhausted the last of his strength. Earlier, I was only putting on an empty show of strength. If Gu Tian were to attack with his full strength, then I would be utterly unable to resist it. So that's why. Yi Ji sighed deeply and said helplessly, Longao, you have to be careful. Gu Tian won't leave this matter at that. I'm worried that he will deal with you. I know what you mean. Longao was also very serious. If Long Chong and Xiling could devour the primal chaos stone tablet and become the starry sky dominator, they could ignore the starry sky immortal realm. But now, whether it was Long Chong or Xiling, they hadn't devoured the primal chaos stone tablet and become the starry sky dominator. How could they resist the starry sky immortal realm? If Gu Tian attacked secretly, the Empire wouldn't be able to deal with it. If Gu Tian attacked him, Longao wasn't worried at all. Even if he wasn't Gu Tian's match, he could still hide in the Chaos Palace. He was only afraid that Gu Tian would attack his family. After all, the Chaos Palace couldn't hold everyone. Even if he could enter, it wouldn't last more than 3 months. He could hide for a while, but he couldn't hide forever. This was indeed a troublesome matter. Longao, I've implicated you this time. Big Brother Yi, this isn't your fault. Longao was very clear that Yi Ji certainly did not expect things to come to this point. Big Brother Yi, what are you going to do next? If it was in the past, Yi Ji would definitely stay within the Empire with Gu Tian. The promise of 100 years. However, the situation was different now. Gu Tian was Yi Ji's enemy, and whether Yi Ji would still stay in the Empire was really unknown. I'll stay for the time being. Thank you. Longao was not a fool. He knew very well why Yi Ji stayed behind. Gu Tian definitely wouldn't let the matter rest. The Soaring Dragon Empire no longer had any Starry Sky Immortal Realm experts. Only his grandfather was still devouring Starry Sky godheads. God knows when he would be able to break through to the Starry Sky Immortal Realm. Once Yi Ji left and Gu Tian returned, it would indeed be a troublesome matter. Yi Ji chose to stay and focus on stabilizing his realm. Longao had a serious expression instead, and he didn't know how to deal with Gu Tian. Seventh brother, we've lost tens of thousands of men. What happened? I don't know. We lost them for no reason, and most of them were higher up. Long Ying was very flustered. As the emperor of the Soaring Dragon Empire, everything in the empire was closely related to him. Especially now, they had lost so many men without anyone knowing. God knows what happened. Other than Longao, no one else knew about Gu Tian's matter, including Xiling and Long Chong. Without guessing, Longao had already guessed that it was Gu Tian's doing. As the saying goes, what one fears will happen. He really couldn't deal with Gu Tian's move. As a Starry Sky Immortal Realm expert, Gu Tian was too powerful. No one in the Soaring Dragon Empire was a match for Gu Tian. Seventh brother, what happened? Looking at the serious expression on his seventh brother's face, Long Ying was almost certain that his seventh brother knew what happened. However, Long Ying was very shocked because if even his seventh brother found it troublesome, it was obvious how difficult it was to deal with. Since the matter had already reached this stage, Longao didn't hide anything and roughly told him about Gu Tian's matter. After listening, Long Ying's expression also became grave to the extreme. The current Long Ying was no longer the Long Ying of the past. At this moment, Long Ying naturally knew what a starry sky, immortal realm expert meant. Especially when Gu Tian secretly used this move, no one in the Empire could fight against him. It wouldn't be long before the Empire was completely finished. The destructive power of a starry sky, immortal realm expert was too powerful. He was like a tornado that instantly swept through the entire soaring dragon empire. Seventh brother, what should we do now? If it was something else, Long Ying might be able to deal with it. However, he couldn't do anything about this matter. I'll think of something. Long Ao took a step forward and disappeared from the spot. When he found Long Chong and Ziling, Long Ao didn't conceal anything in the slightest, and he told them about the matter regarding Gu Tian once more. Because under these circumstances, only the two of them were able to help him, and even Yi Ji was unable to help him. Not to mention whether Yi Ji was Gu Tian's match. If Gu Tian insisted on secretly attacking, Yi Ji wouldn't be able to deal with it. It was better to rely on oneself than on others. After listening, Ziling and Long Chong looked at each other. Long Chong said, "If I could refine the primal chaos tablet and become a starry sky ruler, I wouldn't be afraid of Gu Tian. However, even if I used my full strength now, I wouldn't be Gu Tian's match." Yes, that's true. How could Long Ao not know what Ziling and Long Chong meant? Both of their cultivations had reached the starry sky world ancestor realm and were still some distance away from becoming a starry sky almighty. Not to mention a starry sky immortal realm expert, their strength couldn't deal with Gu Tian at all. It seemed like he was in big trouble this time. Long Ao had already thought it through. If there was no other way, he could only ask the godly mathematician for help. If he was alone, he could just leave. Even if Gu Tian was a starry sky immortal realm expert, he wouldn't be able to do anything to him. However, Gu Tian obviously wanted to deal with his family. If the godly mathematician was willing to help, Gu Tian would be a piece of cake. However, Long Ao didn't want to trouble the godly mathematician unless he had no other choice. Some things were better solved by himself. Long Ao, don't be anxious. It might be impossible to kill Gu Tian, but it's more than enough to force him out of the soaring dragon empire. At least I have a way. However, Long Chong and I have to do it together. Chapter 2278. What method? It wasn't just Long Ao, even Long Chong was curious. Long Ao, although Long Chong isn't the ruler of 5 elements universe, he has already devoured the 5 elements primal chaos stone tablet. According to my guess, if nothing goes wrong, the current Long Chong should be able to control the 5 elements primal chaos stone tablet. That's right. Long Chong didn't hide anything. Long Chong knew very well that Ziling was doing this for his big brother's sake. His big brother's friend was his friend. Long Chong wasn't like the other rulers of the universe. He wasn't a ruler of the universe. He had devoured the 5 elements primal chaos stone tablet. In other words, Long Chong and Long Ming's situations were completely different. Long Ming was a ruler of the universe. Of course, he had his previous consciousness. Long Ao was very curious. He didn't know what Ziling meant. What did this have to do with Long Chong controlling the primal chaos stone tablet? Could it be that Ziling wanted to borrow the power of the primal chaos stone tablet to deal with Gu Tian? Long Chong, you and I both have the primal chaos stone tablet. Even if we haven't completely refined the primal chaos stone tablet and become a ruler of the universe, we can work together to set up a ruler seal. Unless it's another ruler of the universe, no one else can enter. So that's it. Thinking about it, Long Ao said gloomily, Ziling, I know what you mean. Your method can only solve the problem. How could Ziling not know what Long Ao meant? Just pushing Gu Tian out wasn't a long-term solution. Long Ao, I know you want to use the sword formation. However, you have to know that once you use it, the secret of the sword formation will be revealed. Although the sword formation can kill a universe immortal, it can't be more than 5. If more than 5 universe immortals come at the same time, even the sword formation won't be able to stop them. Regarding this matter, Longao knew it clearly. If it was before, Longao definitely wouldn't be willing to reveal the secret of the sword formation. No matter what, the Soaring Dragon Empire wasn't strong enough to reveal the secret. However, the situation was different now. Longao realized that with the rapid development of the Soaring Dragon Empire, he had more and more enemies. The Soaring Dragon Empire could not even guarantee the minimum safety. What kind of concept was that? If one bullied someone, there would be a second, a third, a fourth, and even a fifth. Kill the chicken to warn the monkey. Longao's intention was very simple. He wanted to make an example out of them and let all the forces in the vast starry sky know that the Soaring Dragon Empire was not to be trifled with. Xiling, if the secret of the sword formation is leaked out, we will be able to intimidate everyone, including the 9 great starry sky empires. I can guarantee that no one will dare to provoke us. You're gambling. That's right, I want to take a gamble. He had to take a gamble. If he won the bet, everyone would be happy. Even if he lost the bet, he wasn't worried at all. According to Xiling, the sword formation's power could kill at least 5 universe undyings. As long as the 9 grand starry sky empires did not join forces, he would not have to fear them. Longao could almost guarantee that even the 9 great starry sky empires couldn't have more than 5 universe undyings in one empire. Since that was the case, why should he worry? Longao recounted what he was thinking in his heart in full detail. Xiling nodded her head and said in agreement, "What you said is not without reason. If it's really as you said, we can give it a try. However, Longao, are you able to confirm Gu Tian's exact location?" Xiling and Longchang couldn't confirm Gu Tian's exact location. This was the most troublesome thing. If they broke through to the Universe Dominator level, even if they recovered to the Universe Undying's level, they could easily locate Gu Tian. However, they couldn't do so now. If Gu Tian attacked openly, the sword formation's power wouldn't be afraid. They were afraid that Gu Tian would play dirty. Gu Tian was a Universe Undying's. If he kept hiding, no one would be able to locate him. However, Longao smiled and said, "I have a way. You guys just wait and watch the show." Longao took a big stride and disappeared. Back Mountain Forbidden Area. "Brother Long, are you looking for me?" Looking at Longao, who suddenly appeared in front of him, Yi Ji was very curious. He didn't know why Longao was looking for him. Could it be because of Gu Tian? Longao said, "Brother Yi, I believe you already know that Gu Tian has secretly killed tens of thousands of people. If this continues, it won't work." Yi Ji sighed deeply. He didn't know what to say about such a thing, because even he couldn't do anything about it. Let's not talk about whether he could lock onto Gu Tian's location. Even if he could, what could he do? Even if he broke through to the Universe Undying's level, he wasn't Gu Tian's match. Why did Longao look for him? Longao seemed to be able to guess what Yi Ji was thinking, and before Yi Ji could speak, Longao continued, "Big brother Yi, I intend to kill Gu Tian. Otherwise, leaving him alive will always be a great threat to us." Hearing Longao's words, Yi Ji thought he heard wrong. What kind of strength did Gu Tian have? He was someone who broke through to the Universe Undying's level for countless years, and his strength was above Yi Ji's. Within the Soaring Dragon Empire, there seemed to be no one who was Gu Tian's match, including Longao. "Longao, do you know Gu Tian's strength? Universe Undying's level." How could Longao not know Gu Tian's strength? He also knew what Yi Ji meant. Not to mention Yi Ji, no matter who it was, they wouldn't believe that he could kill Gu Tian. It was like a pig that could climb a tree. Longao didn't mind in the slightest and said with a smile, "Brother Yi, we'll wait and see if you can kill Gu Tian. The most troublesome thing now is that we can't lock onto Gu Tian's location. This is the most important thing. Gu Tian wasn't an idiot, so he naturally understood what Longao meant. He asked, "You mean you want me to lure Gu Tian out and you'll kill him?" Yi Ji nodded. "That's right, it's exactly like that." Longao was very clearly aware that only Yi Ji could do this because of Gu Tian. If it was anyone else, it would be utterly impossible. Although he didn't believe that Longao could really kill Gu Tian, Longao was so confident, and it didn't seem like he was fooling him. Could it be that Longao really had the confidence to kill Gu Tian? Yi Ji wished he could kill Gu Tian immediately and take revenge for his parent. Thinking up to here, Yi Ji said impatiently, "Longao, no matter if what you said is true or false, I'm willing to help you. Moreover, I can promise you that as long as you can take revenge for me, I, Yi Ji, will take charge of the Soaring Dragon Empire in the future and become a member of the Soaring Dragon Empire. How about it?" Longao was instantly delighted. He never imagined that Yi Ji would be like this. No matter what, Yi Ji was no longer the same as before, and he had smoothly broken through to the universe undying's level. Chapter 2279. Currently, the Empire didn't have a true expert to oversee it. Long Chong and Xiling didn't count. No matter what, they still hadn't recovered their peak strength. If Yi Ji could really oversee the Empire, it would be great news for the Empire. "Leave Gu Tian to me. Brother Yi, you just have to lure him out." "What should I do?" "Listen to me." The two whispered for almost 2 hours. As for what they said, no one knew except for the two of them. Dusk fell. "Seventh brother, are you really confident in killing Gu Tian?" Long Ying was shocked to the extreme when he heard what his seventh brother said. From the beginning to the end, he never thought that he could kill a starry sky undying. A starry sky undying was the strongest in the vast universe, unless the 12 starry sky undying personally came. Long Ying had never seen the power of the sword formation, so he couldn't guarantee that it could really kill a starry sky undying. What if it couldn't? "Brother, I can tell you the truth today. With the power of the sword formation, as long as there aren't more than 5 starry sky undying teaming up, the sword formation can kill him." Long Ying knew very well that his seventh brother wouldn't lie to him casually, especially when it came to such matters. "Seventh brother, what should I do?" The sword formation wasn't in Xiling's or Long Ao's hands, but in Long Ying's. What did that mean? Although Long Ying's cultivation had just broken through to the titled World Emperor level, he had the sword formation. With the help of the sword formation, Long Ying was equivalent to a starry sky undying super expert. No, he should be a super existence above starry sky undying, because the sword formation's power could easily kill a starry sky undying. In other words, the current Long Ying stood at the peak of the vast universe. Unless the 12 starry sky rulers came personally, no one was Long Ying's match. The next day, early morning, the entire Soaring Dragon Empire was talking about the starry sky undying ancient heaven, a cowardly and shameless rat. Other than stabbing people in the back, he was shameless to the extreme. Gu Tian, who had been hiding, couldn't stand it. As a starry sky undying, Gu Tian wasn't afraid of anyone. In front of Soaring Dragon Mountain, looking at the huge mountain in front of him, Gu Tian sneered. "Longao, come out and accept your death." In the next second, Longao, Long Ying, and Yi Ji all flew out. As for the others, none of them could be seen. The surroundings were eerily quiet. Even though he knew that something was amiss, Gu Tian didn't take it to heart. In his opinion, no one in the entire Soaring Dragon Empire was his opponent, including Yi Ji, who had just broken through to the starry sky immortal realm. "I was wondering who was making a ruckus here. So it's just a shameless scoundrel." "Longao, who are you talking about?" "I'll call out whoever is shameless. Whoever agrees, I'll call out whoever." Gu Tian naturally knew what Longao was referring to, and his expression was practically gloomy to the extreme and was as unsightly as it could be. Of course, he knew that his previous actions had indeed been thoughtless. No matter what, he was still a starry sky undying, his status was there. However, since it had already happened, Gu Tian knew that the only way to resolve it was to completely destroy the entire soaring dragon empire. At that time, who would know what had happened before? With his valiant strength, even if he destroyed the entire soaring dragon realm, he believed that no one would dare to say a word. Gu Tian, are you still thinking of leaving after coming out this time? You want to kill me? That's right, I want to kill you to eliminate all future troubles. Ha 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 ha. Hearing Longao's words, Gu Tian looked up to the sky and laughed wildly. His laughter was filled with endless disdain and contempt. A mere starry sky universe master actually wanted to kill him. Not to mention Longao, even Yi Ji wouldn't dare to say so. Longao, I really can't figure out what gave you such great courage to be so confident. Ha ha ha, you really overestimate yourself. Not to mention Gu Tian, no matter who it was, they probably wouldn't believe it. Longao and the Soaring Dragon Empire wanted to kill a starry sky, immortal realm expert. It was like a fantasy story. You don't believe it? Do you think I'll believe it? If it were any other starry sky, immortal realm expert, Longao might have schemed to make them submit to the empire. Only Gu Tian couldn't do so, because the grudge between Gu Tian and Yi Ji had reached the point where it wouldn't end until one of them was dead. If he really did so, how would he explain it to Yi Ji? Offending Yi Ji for Gu Tian was obviously not worth it. It was precisely because of this that Longao was very clear that the current plan was to kill Gu Tian and avenge Yi Ji. In this way, there was no doubt that Yi Ji would definitely be hellbent on guarding the empire. Brother Long, do it. Yi Ji was a little impatient. The enemy who killed his father was right in front of him. He couldn't wait to kill Gu Tian and avenge his parent. Okay. Looking at Yi Ji and Longao, for some reason, Gu Tian's heart thumped. A trace of a bad premonition appeared in his heart. Could it be that Longao was really fearless by doing this? What was he afraid of? Could Longao, Yi Ji, and the Soaring Dragon Empire really kill him? It was simply a joke. Gu Tian was extremely confident that unless the 12 rulers of the starry sky personally descended, otherwise, there was simply no one in the vast starry sky that could kill him. Even those old bastards in the 9 vast starry skies were unable to do so. Longao, let me see how you'll kill me today. Gu Tian released a boundless aura that surged out. Right at this moment, Longing waved his hand and numerous Jianlings swarmed out. One Jianling followed by another, and they flowed out endlessly. In the blink of an eye, thousands of Jianling had already surrounded Gu Tian. Jianling? As an immortal realm expert, how could Gu Tian not sense what was in his surroundings? There was an endless amount of Jianling, and there were too many of them. At a glance, they were like ants. You want to kill me with just these Jianling? Aren't you too naive? Forcefully suppressing the laughter in his heart, Gu Tian really couldn't understand. Could it be that Longao wanted to kill him with these Jianling? Was there something wrong with his head? It was completely impossible. Is that so? Longao looked at his elder brother. Longing already understood what he meant. The person in charge of the sword formation now was Longao, so even Longao didn't have the right to use the sword formation. However, since Longao had given the sword formation to his elder brother, it meant that Longao trusted Longing. Otherwise, he wouldn't have given such an important thing to his elder brother. Chapter 2280. Thousands upon thousands of Jianlings surrounded Gu Tian. Since things had already come to this, Longao didn't want to continue talking nonsense. No matter what, Gu Tian had to die. For the tens of thousands of people who died and for Yi Ji. Longing began to control the sword formation and began to attack crazily. Once an expert made a move, one would be able to tell whether or not he was an expert. However, Gu Tian's expression instantly changed when he'd just attacked. Because he was able to clearly sense exactly how formidable the Jianling that was madly attacking him from all directions was. It was impossible. How could Longao have such a powerful sword formation set up by Jianling? Even Jianling couldn't do it. Since ancient times, only one person had been able to do it, and that was the legendary sword intent Starry Sky ruler. In the vast starry sky, there were 12 astral rulers. Dominator of the 5 elements Starry Sky, Dominator of the devouring Starry Sky, Dominator of the lightning Starry Sky, Dominator of the space Starry Sky, Dominator of the time Starry Sky, Dominator of the destruction Starry Sky, Dominator of the reincarnation Starry Sky, Dominator of the slaughter Starry Sky, Dominator of the divine calculation Starry Sky, Dominator of the sword intent Starry Sky, Dominator of the immortal tyrant body Starry Sky, and Dominator of the darkness Starry Sky. The sword mind Starry Sky ruler was the ancestor of Jianling. All Jianling had to obey the sword mind Starry Sky ruler's orders. Longao had the help of sword intent and Starry Sky Dominator? This was simply nonsense. The power of the sword array set up by the countless sword spirits was simply too powerful. According to Jianling, the sword array could kill any Starry Sky cultivator, except for 2 kinds of people. The first group of people was undoubtedly the 12 rulers of the Starry Sky. No matter how powerful the sword formation was, it could not kill the 12 rulers of the Starry Sky. The second type of people were peak universe rulers, peak universe immortals, infinitely close to becoming universe rulers. These space undyings were extremely powerful. If the 12 space rulers hadn't devoured the primal chaos tablets and become space rulers, they might not have been a match for these space undyings. This was the power of a peak Starry Sky immortal. However, super existences of this level were not cabbages that could be found at a roadside stall. There must be such a super existence in the vast Starry Sky. It was very simple. Such super existences were extremely rare. After a few short seconds, Gu Tian had already been completely covered by Jianling. If there were more than 5 Starry Sky immortals, then perhaps they would be able to break open the sword formation. Unfortunately, only Gu Tian was here now, so how could he possibly break open the sword formation by relying on his strength alone? The result was clear. Gu Tian would definitely lose this battle. Longao wasn't surprised at all by this result. In contrast, Long Ying and Yi Ji were shocked to the extreme. Even though he had guessed the sword formation's power, he never expected it to be able to kill a universe undying. Is this true? If they hadn't seen it with their own eyes, they probably wouldn't have believed it. As he gazed at Gu Tian, who was already covered by the Jianling formation, Yi Ji fiercely gulped down a mouthful of saliva. Because he was very clearly aware that since the sword formation could annihilate Gu Tian, then it could similarly annihilate him as well. There was no doubt about it. Fortunately, he and Longao weren't enemies. Moreover, he had already promised that as long as Longao was able to help him kill Gu Tian, then he would oversee the Soaring Dragon Empire from today onwards. In this way, he and Longao would only be friends and not enemies. 7th brother, Wang Gu is finished. Long Ying was the clearest about the sword formation's situation. Forcefully suppressing the shock in his heart, Long Ying still found it hard to accept. Just a moment ago, he had personally witnessed the death of a universe undying. It was truly unbelievable, unimaginable. Right at this moment, Longao took a stride forward, and his figure vanished from the spot as he arrived within the sword formation. The sword formation definitely wouldn't attack Longao. Even though he had already killed Gu Tian with the help of the sword formation, Longao didn't give up on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Because he was very clear that as long as he could refine Gu Tian into a universe corpse slave, then with Yi Ji, the empire would be equivalent to having 2 universe undying overseeing it. In the future, if his grandfather was able to break through to the universe undying realm, then there would be a total of 3 universe undying overseeing it. What kind of concept was this? Even though Longao didn't know whether an empire with 3 universe undying overseeing it would be able to contend against the 9 great universe empires. In the vast universe there were countless universe empires, but the strongest were still the 9 great universe empires. Longao was almost certain that within the 9 great universe empires, no matter which one it was, there would definitely be a universe undying overseeing it. As for the number, other than the 9 great universe empires themselves, no one would know. 3 universe undying overseeing the empire, in addition to the sword formation's power, it was equivalent to 8 universe undying overseeing it. Such power, even the number 1 universe empire wouldn't be able to contend against it. At this moment, the soaring dragon empire finally had the power to contend for the universe. Your Majesty, where did Brother Long go? If it was any other time, or if it was someone else, would Yi Ji be so polite? Only Long Ying. There were 2 reasons why Yi Ji was so courteous. The first reason was that Long Ying now had a sword array in her hands, a sword array that could kill a starry sky immortal. Even if it was himself, with Long Ying's current situation, she could easily kill him. In other words, even if Long Ying's cultivation hadn't broken through to the universe undying level, Yi Ji already treated him as someone on par with him. As for the second reason, it was even simpler. Yi Ji was doing it out of consideration for Longao. Because no matter what, Longao had killed Gu Tian in the end and taken revenge for him. Because if it was according to his strength, then who knew when he would be able to take revenge? How could Long Ying not know the reason? He smiled and didn't hide anything, saying, "Brother Yi, 7th brother has already killed Gu Tian, but he doesn't want to waste it." What do you mean? Yi Ji was very curious. He didn't know what Long Ying meant. Gu Tian was already dead, why didn't he want to waste it? Could it be that Longao wanted to refine Gu Tian into a corpse slave? Was it possible? Of course, Yi Ji didn't want to believe it, because he was very clear how difficult it was to refine a universe undying into a universe corpse slave. If it was Long Mie at his peak, or some starry sky ruler, perhaps he could do it. However, for a starry sky ruler, even if he could refine a universe undying corpse slave, it was almost useless. Longao could successfully refine it? Yi Ji didn't believe it at all. He didn't believe that with Longao's strength, he could forcefully refine Gu Tian into a universe corpse slave. Brother Yi, since you've already guessed it, why ask me? 7th brother indeed wants to refine Gu Tian into a universe corpse slave. This way, our soaring dragon empire will have another universe undying level overseeing it. Moreover, this universe corpse slave will have an undying body, and even a peak universe undying level won't be able to kill it. Chapter 2281. Is that so? Without a doubt, Yi Ji wouldn't choose to believe it. Even if Longao could really refine Gu Tian into a starry sky corpse slave, it was impossible for him to have an undying body. Yi Ji was very clear about what the peak starry sky immortal realm meant. That was a super existence that was infinitely close to the 12 rulers of the starry sky. Every peak starry sky immortal realm was an extremely terrifying existence. Let's wait and see. Looking at the confident Long Ying, Yi Ji's heart skipped a beat. Could it be that Longao could really refine a starry sky corpse slave, and the corpse slave he refined really had an undying body? Whether it was true or not, they would know later. The sword formation had already disappeared without a trace. Brother Long, where's Gu Tian's corpse? Longao smiled. He was very clear about Yi Ji's intention. As the enemy of Yi Ji's father, Yi Ji wouldn't give up until he saw his enemy's corpse. Gu Tian's corpse appeared out of thin air. After Yi Ji confirmed it again, Longao directly sent Gu Tian's corpse into the Primal Chaos Palace. Longao valued Gu Tian's corpse and primordial spirit quite a lot. Brother Long, can you really refine Gu Tian into a starry sky corpse slave? We will know later. Longao was very mysterious. He couldn't wait to enter the primal chaos palace. Long Ying didn't hide anything and immediately spread the news of Gu Tian's death. 1 spread to 10, 10 spread to 100, 100 spread to 1,000, and 1,000 spread to 10,000. In less than a day, the news of soaring dragon empire killing Gu Tian had already spread throughout the vast starry sky. Countless starry sky realms knew about it. It could be said that there was no one who didn't know about it. Soaring dragon empire killed Gu Tian? Is it true? If it was an ordinary person, no one would care if soaring dragon empire killed him. Only Gu Tian, a super expert known as a starry sky immortal realm, was killed by soaring dragon empire. It must be false. When the news spread, no one believed it because everyone knew what a starry sky immortal realm meant. Could a small soaring dragon empire really kill a starry sky immortal realm expert? It was complete nonsense. No one believed it. The soaring dragon empire didn't care if everyone believed it or not. Facts spoke louder than words, because there would definitely be people who wouldn't believe such a thing. There's no smoke without fire, and some people began to suspect, because many were very clear that killing a universe undying wasn't a small matter. No one would joke about such a thing, unless the soaring dragon empire had nothing better to do. Within the primal chaos palace, the first side hall, inside the huge pool. Currently, the pool was bubbling, and Gu Tian's corpse had already been forcefully sent in. If it was an ordinary person who was refined into a corpse slave, it would take at least a few minutes or even a few hours for the refinement to be completed. As for Gu Tian, Longao didn't have the slightest confidence. No matter what, Gu Tian was still a starry sky immortal. This was the first time Longao was refining a starry sky immortal, and he wasn't completely confident in how long it would take for him to succeed. 1 day? 10 days? Would it be a month, a year, or even 10 years? No one could say for sure. The result, however, shocked Longao. In the short span of a day, Gu Tian had already been successfully refined into a corpse slave. Longao had never expected this because according to his estimation, it would take at least 3 months to refine Gu Tian into a corpse slave. The pool's power was too terrifying. Back mountain forbidden area. Looking at Gu Tian, who appeared in front of him, Yi Ji was a little shocked. It turned out that Longao really did it. He was still wondering if Longao could really refine Gu Tian into a corpse slave. Since he didn't see it with his own eyes, it was a little ridiculous. Brother Long, I have to admit that you're really powerful. Gu Tian had already fallen, but he was able to be refined into a starry sky corpse slave. This was because Yi Ji was very clear that the soaring dragon empire would have another starry sky immortal overseeing it. This was simply too important for an empire. Big brother Yi, why don't you try the power of the corpse slave? No problem. Yi Ji also wanted to try and see if the corpse slave refined by Longao was really that powerful. He was very clear about what an undying body meant. Yi Ji didn't hesitate in the slightest and impatiently started a battle with the starry sky corpse slave. Their figures unceasingly intertwined with each other. Gradually, Yi Ji noticed to his shock that the strength of Gu Tian, who'd been refined into a starry sky corpse slave, seemed to have risen explosively once more. Even he wasn't a match for Gu Tian. As for whether the corpse slave had an undying body or not, he didn't know at all, because he couldn't verify this point. He wasn't a match for the corpse slave, so how could he reveal the corpse slave's trump card? He was extremely depressed. Not only did Longao possess such a powerful corpse slave, he also possessed a sword formation that could annihilate a universe undying. With these two added together, it was enough to contend against the 9 great starry empires. In other words, the current soaring dragon empire could already contend for hegemony in the vast starry sky. If Longao was ambitious enough, then he could definitely contend for hegemony in the starry sky. This would depend on Longao's intentions. Brother Long, what are you going to do next? How could Longao not know what Yi Ji meant? He thought for a while and said, Brother Yi, I know what you mean. Although the Empire can definitely contend for hegemony in the starry sky with its current strength, I don't have such plans for the time being. Longao indeed hadn't thought about contending for hegemony in the starry sky, because he was very clear that once he took action, there would be no turning back. The 9 great starry empires were able to stand in the vast starry sky for so many years, so they definitely weren't simple. With the Empire's current strength, no one knew if it could contend for a seat. Longao didn't know if there were peak universe undying existences in the 9 great starry empires, but what if there were? According to Xiling, although the sword formation's power could annihilate 5 or less universe undying existences, it couldn't annihilate peak universe undying existences. This was the biggest problem. Even if the corpse slave had an undying body, no one knew if it could contend against peak universe undying existences without a real battle. This was the most troublesome thing. Yi Ji was very clear about Longao's intentions. This matter was indeed troublesome, and he couldn't make a decision casually. Otherwise, one wrong step would lead to many wrong steps, and when the time came, he would lose everything, and there would be no turning back. I've said it before, as long as you can avenge me, from now on, I will oversee the soaring dragon empire. However, Longao, with your current strength, it would be a pity if you don't contend for hegemony in the starry sky. Think about it, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, don't miss it. Chapter 2282. Longao couldn't make up his mind on whether or not to fight for the throne of the Starry Sky Empire. Seventh brother, I know what you mean, but I think we should develop the strength of the Empire first. When we have enough foundation, it won't be too late to fight for the throne of the Starry Sky. Longao thought so too. There's no need to talk about the foundation of the 9 great Starry Sky Empires. Although our empire already has a Starry Sky Immortal and Sword formation, our foundation is far from the 9 great Starry Sky Empires. Big brother, let's do as you say. He couldn't lose the big picture for the small. Longao summoned the Starry Sky Immortal Corpse slave from the Primal Chaos Palace. Seventh brother, what do you mean by this? Longing seemed to have guessed something and immediately said, Seventh brother, you can't do this. You can't go out without any protection. With the Starry Sky Immortal Corpse slave protecting you, I can worry less. Since they already had the sword formation, having another Starry Sky Immortal Corpse slave was useless. The Empire was useless, but that didn't mean Longao didn't need it. No matter what, Longao had been in a life and death situation for a long time. If there was a Starry Sky Immortal Corpse slave, then Longao's safety would be guaranteed. Longao shook his head. Big brother, listen to me first. The Empire needs to develop now. Although the sword formation is powerful, we can't use it casually. With the Starry Sky Immortal Corpse slave and Big Brother Yi guarding the Empire, I can rest assured. This. Without waiting for Longing to speak, Longao continued, Big brother, listen to me on this matter. Longing knew his 7th brother's character. Once he decided on something, he wouldn't change his mind. The current soaring dragon empire had 2 Starry Sky Immortals guarding it and a sword formation. It could be said to be an iron bucket. Not to mention the other empires, even the 9 great Starry Sky Empires wouldn't dare to cause trouble. Jian Wudi, Chun Chun and the others already knew what happened in the Empire. Others might not believe it, but Jian Wudi and the others believed that Longao wouldn't lie to them. The Empire really killed a Starry Sky Immortal. What did that mean? And according to Longao, not only was Gu Tian killed, but he was also refined into a Starry Sky Corpse slave. In other words, The current soaring dragon empire had 2 universe undyings overseeing it, as well as a sword formation capable of killing universe undyings. He was very shocked. Especially Jianwudi. He finally knew why his master had asked him to join the soaring dragon empire instead of the First Empire. According to the previous situation, the First Empire was far superior to the soaring dragon empire. No matter who it was, they would not hesitate to choose the First Empire instead of the soaring dragon empire. His master was truly far-sighted. However, Jianwudi and the others did not take the initiative to look for Longao. They knew very well that if Longao was willing, he would definitely help them improve their strength. If he was unwilling, even if they went to find him, it would be useless. On the 3rd day of the incident, Zhao Chong rushed over in a hurry. In fact, both Jianwudi and Longao were very clear about the purpose of his visit this time. Even though he didn't have a good impression of Zhao Chong, he was still Jianwudi's master. As the saying went, even if he didn't give Zhao Chong face, he still had to give Jianwudi face. That was indeed the case. Longao still met Zhao Chong. "May I know why Senior is here this time?" Zhao Chong's attitude changed completely. He smiled and said, "Longao, I'm here this time to confirm one thing. Did you really kill Gu Tian?" Before Longao could speak, Jianwudi said, "Master, it's true." Zhao Chong's intuition told him that this should be true. However, he still didn't quite believe it. After all, Gu Tian was a starry sky immortal. He knew very well what this meant. "Longao, may I know if this is true?" Longao was very unhappy. Zhao Chong had done this time and time again. He didn't take him seriously at all. If it wasn't for Jianwudi, he wouldn't have met Zhao Chong at all. Longao's expression turned slightly ugly. He said coldly, "It's up to you to believe it or not. Besides, I don't need you to believe it. If you don't believe it, you can try." If Longao had dared to do this in the past, Zhao Chong would have been furious. However, no matter how unhappy Zhao Chong was, he still forced himself to endure it. Zhao Chong definitely wouldn't dare to try because he was almost certain that the soaring dragon empire had really killed a starry sky immortal. If this was true, then Longao would be able to kill him in a matter of minutes. There's no need for that. I'm just asking casually. "Brother Jian, you can chat with my master. I have something else to do." Longao didn't like Zhao Chong and got up to leave. Jianwudi seemed a little dissatisfied. He said, "Master, your question was a little too much. Wudi, I did it on purpose. I really didn't expect Longao to be able to kill a starry sky immortal. Do you know what happened?" Jianwudi nodded. He didn't hide anything from his master, so he told him everything that had happened. "I see. To be able to command all the Jianling to form a sword formation, it seems that Longao is really not simple. Originally, the First Empire was prepared to deal with Longao, but because of this incident, the First Empire gave up on this idea." He wasn't surprised at all. If the First Empire still intended to take action, then they were really stupid. After all, the Soaring Dragon Empire was no longer the same as before. "Master, I advise you to leave the First Empire and join the Soaring Dragon Empire. I have a feeling that in the near future, Brother Long can completely change the structure of the vast starry sky and chase after the 9 great starry sky. From there, he will replace the First Empire and become the most powerful empire in the vast starry sky." "Is that so?" Zhao Chong didn't care at all. He said, "Wudi, I know what you mean. Even if Longao can kill a starry sky immortal with the help of external forces, the Soaring Dragon Empire still can't compete with the 9 great starry sky, especially the First Empire." "Master, why is that?" Jianwudi had already guessed something. No matter what, the 9 great starry sky empires must have some foundation to be able to stand for so many years. Otherwise, they would have disappeared with time. "I don't know about the other starry sky empires, but as far as I know, within the First Empire, there are at least 2 peak starry sky immortals, or even more. You should know what a peak starry sky immortal means. Can the soaring dragon empire contend with them? As for the other 8 great starry sky empires, they must have their own peak starry sky immortals. Chapter 2283. Jian Wudi was very clear on what peak space undying meant. Actually, he had already guessed that within the 9 great universal empires, there would definitely be peak space undying existences. However, he never would have thought that within the number 1 empire, there would be no less than 2 peak space undying existences. If that was the case, then the soaring dragon empire would not be a match for the 9 great universal empires. Even so, Jian Wudi still had no regret. His intuition told him that Longao was not simple. Wudi, I know what you are thinking. As long as we are not enemies, it's fine. Longao did not care about what the master and disciple were saying. He firmly believed that Jian Wudi would not betray the empire. He trusted Jian Wudi's character. Sky Martial Plane. Outer Sea. Within the Crystal Palace, Yi Dugu and Long Batian rushed back to the plane as fast as they could because they were summoned by the god mathematician. They were not surprised at all. Maybe others could not do it, but that did not mean the god mathematician could not. Father, you are looking for me? He nodded. The god mathematician thought for a while and said, Dugu, I summoned you back this time, mainly to let you devour the Dark Chaos Stone Tablet. Hearing the god mathematician's words, both Yi Dugu and Long Batian were completely shocked. They both knew what the Dark Chaos Stone Tablet meant. They were extremely surprised. Yi Dugu was very clear that once he devoured the Dark Chaos Stone Tablet, then without a doubt, he would become a space ruler. Dark Space Ruler. Father, can I really devour the Dark Chaos Stone Tablet? Until now, Yi Dugu was still in disbelief. Because from start to finish, he never thought that he would one day be able to devour the Dark Chaos Stone Tablet. After all, as long as the 12 space rulers did not leave on their own, the 12 space rulers would not fall. In the vast universe, there were only 12 Chaos Stone Tablet. As long as the 12 space rulers did not fall, even if his father was a space ruler, he would not be able to help him get a tablet. However, now, the situation was completely different. This is the Dark Chaos Stone Tablet. At this moment, a black stone tablet appeared in front of the two. Without a doubt, this was the legendary Chaos Stone Tablet, the Dark Chaos Stone Tablet. In the vast starry skies, there were a total of 12 Chaos Stone Tablet. 5 Elements Primal Chaos Tablet, Devour Primal Chaos Tablet, Lightning Primal Chaos Tablet, Space Primal Chaos Tablet, Time Primal Chaos Tablet, Destruction Primal Chaos Tablet, Reincarnation Primal Chaos Tablet, Slaughter Primal Chaos Tablet, Divine Divination Primal Chaos Tablet, Sword Intent Primal Chaos Tablet, Immortal Tyrant Body Primal Chaos Tablet, Darkness Primal Chaos Tablet. According to normal circumstances, the 12 Chaos Stone Tablets should be equally powerful. Others might not know, but how could Yi Dugu not know? As the son of the god diviner, Yi Dugu knew a thing or two about the 12 Chaos Stone Tablet. However, the specifics were still unclear. Father, are the 12 Chaos Stone Tablets also divided into strong and weak? How are they divided? In the past, Yi Dugu would not have wanted to know about this, because he had not become the ruler of the starry sky. Even if he knew, what could he do? But now it was completely different. He was about to devour the Dark Primal Chaos Tablet. If nothing went wrong, he would become the new Dark Cosmic Ruler. As for Long Batian, he stood quietly at the side without saying a word. No matter how hard he worked, it was useless. He was not as good as Yi Dugu, who had a good father. Nodding, the god diviner said, "It's time to tell you. Long Batian, leave first." Yes. Long Batian knew very well that this matter was of great importance. How could he let him know? He turned and left. In the vast starry skies, the 12 Chaos Stone Tablets are divided into elementary, intermediate, and advanced. Yigudu already knew about this. Of the 12 Chaos Stone Tablets, only one is advanced. It is the Divine Divination Tablet that I have. Yigudu laughed. He knew exactly what his father meant. As for the middle-grade Chaos Stone Tablets, there are a total of 5 side. They are respectively the Slaughter Chaos Stone Tablet, Time Chaos Stone Tablet, Devour Chaos Stone Tablet, Sword Intent Chaos Stone Tablet, and Samsara Chaos Stone Tablet. As for the remaining 6 Chaos Stone Tablets, they are the 5 Elements Chaos Stone Tablet, Thunder Chaos Stone Tablet, Indestructible Tyrant Body Chaos Stone Tablet, Darkness Chaos Stone Tablet, Destruction Chaos Stone Tablet, and Space Chaos Stone Tablet. So that's how it was. After so many years of refining, I am still unable to truly grasp the Divine Divination Tablet. I believe the other rulers of the starry sky are the same. Father, are you saying that this mysterious place is the key to uncovering the secrets of the Chaos Stone Tablets? That's right. I can faintly sense that the mysterious place contains a shocking secret. It is the key to uncovering the secrets of the Chaos Stone Tablet. If it weren't for this, I would have killed the other rulers of the starry sky long ago. Father, if you can kill the dark ruler of the starry sky, why can't you kill the other rulers of the starry sky? That way we can replace them with our own people and have a greater chance of success. Yigudu really couldn't understand this point. However, he knew that his father had his own reasons for doing this. Otherwise, why didn't he eliminate the source of trouble? Master God Diviner sighed helplessly and said, "Other than me, of the other 11, only darkness and 5 elements were abandoned by the tablet. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to kill 5 elements and darkness, only to let the tablet escape." Even now, the God Diviner didn't know that Longchong had already devoured the 5 elements tablet. If he did, who knew what he would think? There was no doubt that if the God Diviner found out, he wouldn't let Longchong go. When that happened, not even Longao would be able to protect Longchong. In any case, Longchong's situation was different from the others. He hadn't refined a single Chaos Stone Tablet. If the God Diviner made a move now, Longchong would be dead for sure. Of course, so long as Longao, Longchong, and Xiling didn't say anything, not even the God Diviner would be able to find out. Father, what if the other rulers of the starry sky attack us in the future? Don't worry. I've already thought this through. I've placed forbidden power in all the Chaos Stone Tablet. If they had refined the tablets and become rulers of the starry sky, the forbidden power would have been useless. But now, none of the rulers of the starry sky have truly refined the tablet. For us, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Yigudu knew exactly what his father meant. He was pleasantly surprised. If they could control all the rulers of the starry sky, it would be a very good thing. Chapter 2284. Father, what should we do about Longao? From beginning to end, Yigudu had never put Longao in his eyes. He couldn't understand why his father valued Longao so much. He couldn't figure out why his father valued Longao so much. Yigudu even had a feeling that his father valued Longao more than the other rulers. What a ridiculous thing! Could it be that Longao was above the rulers of the stars? Master Godly Mathematician said helplessly, "Dugu, I've divined that Longao is a variable, and a variable related to the mysterious place. Otherwise, how could Longao have survived until now?" So that's how it was. Yigudu didn't have the slightest doubt. Others might not know, but how could he not know? Even if his father hadn't truly grasped the power of the primal Chaos Stone Tablet, his divination had long since reached the point of perfection. Since his father had divined that Longao was a variable, then Longao was definitely a variable. Father, Longao is a variable. What if he destroys our plans at that time? Since he was a variable, he couldn't be controlled. There were good and bad things. If Longao's variable caused unnecessary trouble for them, then wouldn't they go for wool and come home shorn? How could Master Godly Mathematician not know what his son was thinking? He had also thought of this. Dugu, Longao is the only variable in the mysterious place. Back then I failed. After so many years, I failed countless times. Longao is my only chance. I can't fail again. Since things had already come to this, Yidugu didn't dare say anything more. Yidugu didn't continue to leave the sky martial plain. He began to devour the dark primal chaos stone tablet. He knew very well that even if he could devour the primal chaos stone tablet, it wouldn't be easy to become a ruler of the stars. Fortunately, he had his father's help. Otherwise, it would have been impossible to completely refine the primal chaos stone tablet with his own strength. Soaring Dragon Plane. Longao looked at the letter in his hand without the slightest hint of surprise. He had already guessed that Master God Diviner would destroy Dark Starry Sky Ruler. If nothing unexpected happened, Master God Diviner would give the Chaos Tablet to Yidugu. It was understandable. No matter who it was, they would do the same. Even if it was him, if he could obtain the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, he would think of his family first. What did Longbao's letter mean? Did Master Godly Mathematician and Yidugu want to deal with him? That seemed unlikely. Longao knew that, if they wanted to deal with him, why would they wait until now? He was helpless. Longbao's letter did not explain what it meant at all, and Longao could not guess what it meant for the time being. At that moment, seeing Ziling walk over, Longao asked, "You're looking for me for something?" Nodding, Ziling said helplessly, "Longao, as I refined the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet for the second time, I gradually discovered a problem. Aside from me, I believe all the other rulers of the universe have the same problem, except for Longchong." This was Longchong's first time refining a Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. He was fundamentally different from the other rulers of the universe. What problem? It seemed serious. Longao knew Ziling's personality well. "Longao, there are 12 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets in the vast universe. I believe you know this." It wasn't just him. Everyone knew about the legend of the 12 Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Everyone knew about it. What did it mean? Longao knew, of course, that what Ziling had told him had something to do with the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Ziling sighed helplessly. "So we were all wrong. Master Godly Mathematician already knew and kept us all in the dark." Longao didn't speak. He just listened quietly. The 12 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets are divided into 3 levels. I just learned this. He wasn't surprised at all. Longao had guessed that the tablets were divided into levels. Otherwise, why would some be strong and some be weak? Take Ziling and Dragonslayer for example. Among the 12 rulers of the universe, they were very strong. Continue. The Primal Chaos Stone Tablets are divided into 3 levels. They are Advanced, Intermediate, and Beginner. Of the 12 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets, Godly Divination is the only advanced one. So that's how it is. There are a total of 5 middle-grade Chaos Stone Tablet. They are the Slaughter Chaos Stone Tablet, Time Chaos Stone Tablet, Devour Chaos Stone Tablet, Sword Chaos Stone Tablet, Reincarnation Chaos Stone Tablet. As for the remaining 6 Chaos Stone Tablets, the 5 Elements Chaos Stone Tablet, the Lightning Chaos Stone Tablet, the Immortal Tyrant Body Chaos Stone Tablet, the Darkness Chaos Stone Tablet, the Destruction Chaos Stone Tablet, and the Space Chaos Stone Tablet, they are all Elementary Chaos Stone Tablets. Ziling and Reincarnation both had Intermediate Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. It was no wonder they were stronger than the other rulers of the universe. Ziling, are the levels of the Primal Chaos Stone Tablets very different in terms of power? I don't know, but there shouldn't be too big of a difference in power. Unless you can truly control the power inside, I don't know why, But I feel that the primal chaos stone tablets aren't so simple. There must be a great secret hidden inside. Otherwise, Master Godly Mathematician wouldn't have tolerated so many people. Even if he couldn't destroy us, he could have sealed us away. By now, Longao had a general idea of what Violet Spirit was trying to say. Only Master God Diviner knew about this, and he was the only one who had plotted against 11 people. Violet Spirit and the others had begun to fuse with the primal chaos stone steels a second time, and had gradually begun to learn about the matter. Although Master Godly Mathematician's Godly Divination stone tablet was an advanced primal chaos stone tablet, he hadn't truly grasped the power inside, so he couldn't determine its true level. No wonder Master Godly Mathematician was in such a hurry to enter the mysterious place to break the power inside. As for your primal chaos stone tablet, I really can't figure it out. Not only is it a non-elemental primal chaos stone tablet, it doesn't seem to have much power either. Longao, can you sense what level your primal chaos stone tablet is? I've already sensed it. Besides being non-elemental, this primal chaos stone tablet doesn't have any special characteristic. I've also discovered that the speed at which I'm refining the primal chaos stone tablet is getting slower and slower. Recently, it's even stopped me from refining the primal chaos stone tablet. Thinking about this, Longao could be considered to be completely depressed to the extreme. He was very helpless. Although the refining speed had been slow at the beginning, at least there was a trace of hope. But recently, Longao discovered that he couldn't refine the primal chaos stone tablet at all. Chapter 2285. Xiling knew nothing about Longao's attributeless primal chaos tablet. The attributeless primal chaos tablet was completely beyond his knowledge. Everyone knew that in the vast universe, there were 12 primal chaos tablets. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes, he wouldn't have believed that there was a 13th primal chaos tablet. Xiling didn't say anything else. Within the primal chaos palace, Longao sat helplessly on the ground, quietly looking at the floating primal chaos tablet. The attributeless primal chaos tablet was different from any other primal chaos tablet. If one couldn't refine the primal chaos tablet, one couldn't become the ruler of the universe. If one couldn't become the ruler of the universe, how would one deal with the other rulers of the universe in the future? Just by relying on Xiling and Longchang? Longao knew very well that if he couldn't become the ruler of the universe, just the two of them wouldn't be able to deal with the other rulers of the universe, especially the Oracle. It seemed like he was still a little unwilling. Longao started to refine the primal chaos tablet again, but the result was the same. There was still no movement. What was going on? Thinking about it, Longao couldn't think of a reason. 9 Revolution Primal Chaos Mantra? At this moment, Longao suddenly thought of the 9 Revolution Primal Chaos Mantra, which was the so-called 9 Revolution Reincarnation Mantra. Longao was almost certain that even Longmia didn't cultivate the 9 Revolution Reincarnation Mantra. He tried to circulate the 9 Revolution Primal Chaos Mantra in his body. At first, he didn't have any confidence, but in the next second, Longao's face lit up with joy. He never imagined that he could refine the Primal Chaos Tablet after circulating the 9 Revolution Primal Chaos Mantra. However, Longao was still a little depressed because the refining speed was still very slow. It was like a snail crawling. At this speed, who knew how long it would take to truly refine the Primal Chaos Tablet? Fortunately, it was starting again. It wasn't like before, where there was no trace of refining. Longao's intuition told him that the Primal Chaos Palace he had wasn't simple. It was just that he couldn't control the Primal Chaos Palace yet. Just a side hall of the Primal Chaos Palace could refine an undying Universe Corpse slave, enough to help the Empire dominate the universe. The news of Gu Tian's instant death had spread throughout the vast universe. In the past, no one would have believed it. But now, no one chose not to believe it. This was because the soaring dragon empire had a sword array that could kill an immortal in the starry sky. Just this point alone was enough to intimidate the entire starry sky. The 9 grand starry sky empires, who were about to take action, forcibly restrained themselves. Everyone knew. Since the soaring dragon empire could kill Gutian, it could also kill other starry sky undying. If he acted rashly, he might go for wool and come home shorn. Without full confidence, no one would be willing to make a move. Speaking of which, it was truly laughable. The 9 great starry sky empires were the most powerful 9 great starry sky empires in the vast starry sky, yet they did not dare to casually touch the soaring dragon empire. In addition to the sword formation, the soaring dragon empire also had 2 starry sky immortal realm experts, and one of them was about to break through to the starry sky immortal realm. What kind of concept was that? No one dared to provoke the current soaring dragon empire, not even the 9 great starry sky empires. If it was an ancient starry sky empire, it would be fine if it rose so quickly, but the soaring dragon empire had only risen for a few short years. The rise of the soaring dragon empire was too fast. Many people were curious. Gradually, the soaring dragon empire began to enter the sights of the vast starry sky. Countless people wanted to know the origin of the soaring dragon empire, and the identity of the person who created the soaring dragon empire. Soaring dragon empire. Within the majestic palace, Longing was extremely surprised, saying, "Seventh brother, in a short year, our empire has already swallowed tens of domains. At this speed, in at most 3 years, we will be comparable to the other 9 great starry sky empires, becoming the 10th starry sky empire." Longing was very clear, this achievement was definitely not due to him, it was all because of his 7th brother. If it wasn't for his 7th brother, don't even talk about swallowing tens of domains, even swallowing 1 domain would be a huge problem. A sword formation that could kill a starry sky immortal, and 2 starry sky immortal realm experts. Such strength made the other starry sky empires wary. Even the 9 great starry sky empires would not dare to act rashly. "Big brother, this speed is a bit too fast." Even though Longao wanted to speed things up, he never expected his big brother's speed to be so unbelievable. In a short year, wasn't this a bit too risky? Longing, however, didn't agree, smiling. "Seventh brother, I know what you're worried about, now that our reputation is out there. As long as the 9 great starry sky empires don't make a move, we can sit back and relax." "Big brother, I'm afraid the 9 great starry sky empires will make a move. When that time comes, we'll be in a difficult position. If Long Chong and Xiling were able to refine the primal chaos tablets and become starry sky rulers, of course they wouldn't need to fear the 9 great starry sky empires. However, the 2 of them had yet to truly refine the tablets. How could they become starry sky rulers?" "Big brother, I didn't want to tell you at first, but since things are like this, I'll tell you the truth. According to my guess, if nothing unexpected happens, the 9 great starry sky empires all have peak starry sky immortals, especially the 1st and 2nd starry sky empires. They have at least 2 peak starry sky immortals." "What kind of existence is a peak starry sky immortal?" Longing didn't know what a peak starry sky immortal meant. He only knew that the empire now had enough power to contend with the 9 great starry sky empires. If they didn't speed up now, when would they be able to? "Big brother, you can say that a peak starry sky immortal is a super existence infinitely close to starry sky rulers. Even the sword formation can't contend against a peak starry sky immortal. If the 9 great starry sky empires really send such a super existence to deal with us, we'll have a hard time." Longing was originally full of confidence, but after hearing Long Ao's words, he was shocked to the extreme. He finally knew what his 7th brother was worried about. If that was really the case, then the 9 great starry sky empires really couldn't be provoked. Longing wasn't a fool. He knew very well that the 9 great starry sky empires were able to stand tall in the vast starry sky for so many years. They must have a peak starry sky immortal in charge. Seventh brother, what should we do now? Slow down, the 9 great starry sky empires are fighting openly and secretly, restricting each other. If nothing unexpected happens, the 9 great starry sky empires won't casually attack. Chapter 2286. Longing also knew the seriousness of the matter. He did not dare to be careless and immediately ordered to slow down the devouring speed. In fact, with the current speed of the soaring dragon empire, it would take at most 3 years to contend with the 9 starry sky empires. If there were no limit starry sky immortals in the 9 starry sky empires, the soaring dragon empire could completely ignore them. However, there must be limit starry sky immortals in the 9 starry sky empires. Big brother, what happened? Seventh brother, there are 2 guests outside. Before the 2 could continue their discussion, 2 people suddenly came in from outside the soaring dragon realm. Both of them were starry sky legends. They were very fast and arrived in the blink of an eye. You are Longao? Both of them were burly men with masculine faces. However, their attitude was very cold and arrogant, looking coldly at Longao and Longing in front of them. Who are you? Lin Han, Wang Tao, Second Starry Sky Empire's envoy. Second Starry Sky Empire? Longao and Longing were very surprised. However, things would always happen. The 2 just did not expect that it would be the Second Starry Sky Empire, not the First Starry Sky Empire. I am Longao, this is my big brother Longing, the Emperor of the Soaring Dragon Empire. Both of them were starry sky legends. Even in the Second Starry Sky Empire, they were high and mighty. Until now, both of them did not believe in the legends of the Soaring Dragon Empire. If they did, they would not be so cold. However, both of them were helpless. The current Soaring Dragon Empire was one of the most powerful empires in addition to the 9 Starry Sky Empires. The 9 Starry Sky Empires fought openly and secretly. Of course they would want to rope in the Soaring Dragon Empire. Seventh brother. Leave this to me. Longing shrugged helplessly. He could also see the indifference of the 2, but it was understandable. No matter what, the strength of the Second Starry Sky Empire was there. It was not an existence that the Soaring Dragon Empire could compare to. Both of you, why are you here this time? The 2 of them were cold, and Longao also had an ice-cold appearance. Very simple, the Empire has taken a liking to your Soaring Dragon Empire. From now on, your Soaring Dragon Empire will be a subsidiary of the Second Starry Sky Empire. Both of them could not figure out why the Empire would send them. Using a sleight of hand. Soaring Dragon Empire, do they? It was not a discussion, but a direct notice. Longao felt very uncomfortable in his heart. He sneered and said, "What if I don't want to?" Hearing his 7th brother Dragon Sky Empires to Soaring Dragon Empire. Soaring Dragon Empire's Empire, Soaring Starry Sky Empires, the Soaring Dragon Empire, not to the Emperor to Soaring Dragon Long Empire. Soaring Dragon Sky Empire to Empires Soaring Empire, Soaring Dragon Sky Soaring Sky. Looking at 7th brother's cold face, Longing didn't say anything. Longing was very clear in his heart that 7th brother definitely knew what was going on, because he knew 7th brother's character. He was not a reckless person. Lin Han and Wang Tao looked at each other and saw a trace of contempt in each other's eyes. Lin Han said coldly, "Longao, what you did before, others may not know, but don't try to hide it from us." Kill Gu Tian? Sky Dragon Sky Empire Dragon Empire Sky Empire. That's also a joke. Even if your empire has a Sky Immortal, do you really think you can go against our empire? Longao, we're here to inform you, not to joke. If you agree, we'll be half of your people. If you don't, you'll have to bear the consequences. Half of one's own people, not one of their own people. Longao was not a fool, he knew what they meant. In the eyes of the Soaring Dragon Empire, even if Soaring Dragon Empire chose to submit, they would not be considered as one of their people. At most, they would be cannon fodder. Cannon fodder. Without a doubt, when the 9 great starry sky empires start a war, he and his empire would be cannon fodder for the Soaring Dragon Empire. You two, you look really arrogant. I know you don't believe me, but don't worry. Since you two dared to come, don't even think about leaving alive. Just you? Looking at the calm Longao, they didn't know why, but they had a bad premonition. Could it be that the rumors were true? There was a starry sky immortal overseeing the Soaring Dragon Empire? If that was the case, it wouldn't be difficult for Longao to keep the two of them here. But would they be afraid? Definitely not. It was very simple. Even if Soaring Dragon Empire had a sky immortal, so what? They did not believe that Longao would dare to attack them. With the strength of the Soaring Dragon Empire, they could simply ignore the Soaring Dragon Empire. Longao, I advise you not to go against us. Even if you have a sky immortal, don't even think about it. Nonsense. Without waiting for the two of them to finish speaking, Longao had already interrupted them, causing their faces to instantly turn gloomy, as ugly as it could get. They had seen arrogant people, but they had never seen such arrogant people. For so many years, no one dared to treat the Soaring Dragon Empire like this, including the other 8 great starry sky empires. No matter what, the strength of the Soaring Dragon Empire was there for all to see. Longao's face was full of disgust. He said impatiently, "You two better shut up. I can answer you now. Don't provoke me because you can't bear my anger. Also, our Soaring Dragon Empire will not surrender. If we want to surrender, it will be your Soaring Dragon Empire that surrenders to us. Do you understand?" Long Ing was very anxious about his 7th brother's words because he never thought that his 7th brother would do such a thing. This was completely shedding all pretense of cordiality with the Soaring Dragon Empire. In this case, the Soaring Dragon Empire would definitely deal with the Empire. If that was the case, how would the Empire deal with it? Shedding all pretense of cordiality with the Soaring Dragon Empire at this time was really not a wise move. However, Long Ing still didn't say anything. He was very clear that his 7th brother must have his own intentions. No matter what decision his 7th brother made, he would unconditionally support him. The two were furious to the extreme because Longao's intention was clear. He didn't put them in his eyes at all. He didn't put the Soaring Dragon Empire in his eyes at all. Could it be that Longao was really fearless? The two didn't believe it. Wang Tao's face was gloomy to the extreme. He said coldly, "Longao, do you know the consequences of your actions? It's not too late to regret now. The two of us can let bygones be bygones. Otherwise, you will be destroyed." Chapter 2287. A Threat. A blatant threat. The two relied on the fact that they had the 2nd Starry Sky Empire behind them and didn't put Longao in their eyes at all. Because in their opinion, unless Longao was out of his mind, he definitely wouldn't dare to casually provoke the 2nd Starry Sky Empire. And the result? A puppet instantly appeared beside Long Ing. It was none other than Gu Tian, who was refined into a Starry Sky Corpse slave, a Starry Sky Undying. Whether it was Lin Han or Wang Tao, both of them were Starry Sky legends. Of course, they could sense the powerful aura emitted from this person. The two of them were completely stunned. "Longao, could it be that you really want to?" Without waiting for Lin Han to finish, Longao sneered and said, "Two clowns actually dare to be presumptuous here. You really don't know what's good for you." Longao was amenable to coaxing but not coercion. If the two of them were polite, even if he wasn't willing to submit to the 2nd Starry Sky Empire, he definitely wouldn't act like this. But the result? From the beginning, the two of them were arrogant and domineering. They didn't put the soaring dragon empire in their eyes at all. For such people, if they had a good temper, they wouldn't be Longao. The two of their expressions changed again and again. The two of them never thought that Longao would really act like this. If it was just Longao alone, the two of them wouldn't have the slightest bit of worry. At this moment, a starry sky undying appeared beside Longao. The two of them together weren't a match for him. If this person attacked, the two of them would definitely die. It would be a lie to say that they weren't afraid. What should they do? Should they just give up like this? If they really left with their tails between their legs, where would the two of them put their faces? You're not leaving? Longao, you'll definitely regret this. The two of them were extremely angry. This time, they thought it would be a very easy thing to come here. They never thought that Longao actually dared to fall out with them. Not only did he not put the two of them in his eyes, he also didn't put the second Starry Sky Empire in his eyes. A wise man knows better than to fight when the odds are against him. The two of them didn't continue to stay because they were very clear that if they really angered Longao, the Longao would really kill them when the time came. The two of them would have to give up their lives here. Just as the two of them were about to leave, Gu Tian suddenly made a move and blocked their path. Longao, what do you mean by this? Their faces darkened even more. Until now, they still didn't believe that Longao would really dare to deal with them. Even if Longao ignored the two of them, it was impossible for him to ignore the second Starry Sky Empire. Since the two of you are here, don't leave. Seventh brother. He waved his hand to stop his big brother from continuing. Longao. Similarly, Longao didn't let the two of them continue. He sneered and said, "The two of you don't know the immensity of heaven and earth. Today, I'll let you know who you can offend and who you can't." Other than Longing, who could control the ancient Sky Corpse slave, Longao could also control it casually. After all, Longao was the one who refined the corpse slave, not Longing. A starry sky legend was a joke in front of a starry sky immortal. The result was obvious. Seventh brother, you killed two people. The second Starry Sky Empire definitely won't let this go. What should we do now? Longing was completely stunned. He never thought that his seventh brother would really kill the two of them. If this was the case, the second Starry Sky Empire would definitely make a move. With the Empire's current strength, how could they fight against a peak Starry Sky Immortal? Could it be that his seventh brother was reckless this time? This wasn't like his seventh brother's character. Longao smiled and said with a carefree expression, "Even if the second Starry Sky Empire wants to make a move, they'll have to see if the first Starry Sky Empire is willing." This time Longing was confused. He didn't know what his seventh brother meant. Big brother, the first Starry Sky Empire and the second Starry Sky Empire have been fighting for so many years. It's not something that can be easily resolved. Now that we've completely fallen out with the second Starry Sky Empire, if nothing unexpected happens, the first Starry Sky Empire definitely won't sit by and do nothing. Because the first Starry Sky Empire wants to kill with a borrowed knife. Even if we can't destroy the second Starry Sky Empire, we can weaken their strength. So that's it. Regarding his seventh brother's meaning, Longing instantly understood. Longao didn't purposely hide this matter. The news of Soaring Dragon Empire killing two Starry Sky legends instantly spread throughout the vast starry sky. The second Starry Sky Empire had been confirmed. Since then, everyone had guessed that if nothing unexpected happened, the Soaring Dragon Empire definitely had a Starry Sky Immortal overseeing it. Even so, wasn't the Soaring Dragon Empire a bit too arrogant? What kind of existence was the second Starry Sky Empire? In the vast starry sky, the 9 great Starry Sky Empires were the most invincible existence. Unless the 12 Starry Sky rulers personally came, no one dared to provoke the 9 great Starry Sky Empires. Even if the Soaring Dragon Empire had a Starry Sky Immortal overseeing it, it seemed a bit overconfident. because everyone could almost say that the Soaring Dragon Empire definitely couldn't be compared to the Second Starry Sky Empire. In that case, what was the Soaring Dragon Empire trying to do? Could it be that the Soaring Dragon Empire was strong enough to contend with the Second Starry Sky Empire? The current strength of the Soaring Dragon Empire was indeed not to be underestimated. With 3 Starry Sky Immortals overseeing it and a super sword formation that could kill a Starry Sky Immortal, such strength was indeed enough to contend for the Starry Sky. But as everyone knew, the 9 great Starry Sky Empires were able to stand in the vast Starry Sky for so many years, they definitely had their own limit Starry Sky Immortals overseeing it. Unless the Soaring Dragon Empire also had a limit Starry Sky Immortal overseeing it, the Soaring Dragon Empire definitely wouldn't be a match for the Second Starry Sky Empire. The biggest problem now was whether the Soaring Dragon Empire had a Starry Sky Immortal overseeing it. Yes or no, these were 2 completely different concepts. The Second Starry Sky Empire was completely furious. Longao's actions were completely disregarding the Second Starry Sky Empire. If this could be tolerated, what couldn't be tolerated? Soaring Dragon Realm. In the Primal Chaos Palace, after several hours of refining, the 2 Starry Sky Legend rank corpses were finally refined into Starry Sky Corpse slaves. In other words, the Soaring Dragon Empire now had 2 more Starry Sky Legend rank corpse slaves. This was a great help to the Soaring Dragon Empire. Originally, Longao was prepared to refine the Starry Sky Godhead so that Jian Wudi and the others could break through to the Starry Sky Legend realm. But after thinking about it, the current Soaring Dragon Empire was still very weak. After all, they had already provoked the Second Starry Sky Empire, and a war was about to break out. Because of this, after much consideration, Longao finally decided to refine the 2 Starry Sky Legend Corpse slaves first. As for Jian Wudi and the others, he would think of a way to deal with them later. Rumble, rumble. At this moment, the entire Soaring Dragon realm began to shake violently. Chapter 2288. What's going on? The entire Soaring Dragon Plain was in chaos because the earth was shaking, as if the entire plain was about to collapse. No one knew what was going on. Since you 2 are here, why don't you come in? Are you 2 so cowardly? Longao brought Yi Ji and Gu Tian to the 9th heaven void. Their faces were gloomy because they already knew each other's identity. Even now, Longao still had some lingering fear. If Long Chong and Xiling hadn't used the power of the Chaos Stone Tablet to set up a barrier around the Soaring Dragon Plain, this attack would have been enough to destroy the entire plain. Ha ha, you're really something. The 2 of us couldn't destroy the plain even if we worked together. Amazing, amazing. As the laughter came, 2 figures appeared in an instant. Dark North, Tian Do. Brother Yi, do you know them? Longao had already guessed that the 2 in front of him must be from the Second Starry Sky Empire. Yi Ji nodded and said, Brother Long, these 2 are the peak Starry Sky Immortals of the Second Starry Sky Empire. It's just that according to legend they both died. The 2 of them didn't die. Peak Starry Sky Immortals were far from what Starry Sky Immortals could contend with. Peak Starry Sky Immortals were super existences that were infinitely close to the Starry Sky Dominator. You're Longao? Yes, how should I address you? The 2 laughed. Tian Do said with a smile, I'm Tian Do, and he's Dark North. We're from the Second Starry Sky Empire. I heard that you killed 2 of our Starry Sky Legends. Is that true? It's true. Longao didn't hide anything because he knew very well that even if he didn't admit it, the Second Starry Sky Empire would know. In that case, there was no need to hide anything. Seeing that Longao didn't hide anything, the 2 were a little stunned. So arrogant? Longao, do you think that with just the 2 people beside you, you can contend against us? Before the 2 came in, they had already sensed that there were no peak Starry Sky Immortals in the Soaring Dragon Plain. In that case, they had nothing to fear. At their level, they only feared Starry Sky immortals of the same level. As for the 12 Starry Sky dominators, that was impossible. No. You are very smart. We are very curious why a smart person like you would do such a stupid thing. Do you know the consequences of killing 2 Starry Sky legends? I don't know. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Hearing Longao playing the fool, the two of them looked up to the sky and laughed crazily. His laughter was filled with endless contempt and mockery. The two couldn't figure out what gave Longao the courage to provoke the second-ranked Starry Sky Empire. Furthermore, when Longao saw the two of them, he didn't feel the slightest bit of fear. Could it be that Longao had nothing to fear? Besides experts of the same level, the two of them could disregard everyone else. As for Yi Ji and the Starry Sky Corpse Demon by Longao's side, the two of them didn't take them seriously at all. As for the Soaring Dragon Empire's sword formation that could kill Starry Sky Immortals, the two of them did not care. The sword formation could kill a universe undying, but that didn't mean it could kill a peak universe undying. Brother Long, what should we do now? Yi Ji's expression was very ugly as he transmitted his voice through his spiritual sense. He knew very well how powerful the two people in front of him were. With just him and the ancient heavenly corpse slave alone, not to mention dealing with two people at the same time, any one of them could easily destroy the entire Soaring Dragon realm. Until now, Yi Ji still didn't know about the two rulers of Starry Sky. It would be a lie if he said he wasn't afraid. However, Yi Ji was a loyal person. Even when facing two peak universe undying, he didn't leave alone. Instead, he stayed by Longao's side and swore to live and die with the Soaring Dragon Empire. When put in Yi Ji's shoes, if it wasn't for Longao making a move that day, then it would be extremely difficult for Yi Ji to kill Gu Tian and take revenge for his parents by himself. Don't worry. I have a way to deal with the two of them. He was shocked. Yi Ji didn't know how Longao was going to deal with the two of them. No matter what, the two of them were strong. The Soaring Dragon Empire didn't have any peak universe undying. How could they deal with two peak universe undying? Was it because of the sword formation? Yi Ji knew Longao's character well. Without full confidence, Longao wouldn't do this. Longao knew the second Starry Sky Empire wouldn't let it go, but he still stayed. This could only mean one thing. Longao had nothing to fear. If that was the case, it wasn't a bad thing. Yi Ji was a little excited. If he could witness two peak universe undying dying in front of him, it would be a very good thing. Longao, I can give you a chance now. As long as you're willing to take the Soaring Dragon Empire and submit to the second Starry Sky Empire, we can let bygones be bygones. I can also promise that you and the Soaring Dragon Empire won't be cannon fodder. Tiando continued, Longao, joining the second Starry Sky Empire is a good thing for you. I can also promise you that, if you're willing to join, I can help you break through to the universe undying realm. The temptation was too great. If it were anyone else, they wouldn't be able to resist such an offer. But only Longao. If he agreed, he wouldn't be the Longao. You too, do you think I'm afraid of you? Without waiting for the two to speak, Longao continued, I can tell you clearly that since I dared to kill two universe undying legends, I don't put you and the second Starry Sky Empire in my eyes. I, Longao, started out as a trash. Step by step, I've experienced countless life and death situations. If I dared to provoke you, I don't know how many times I would die. Looking at the calm Longao, the two's hearts thumped. The calmer Longao was, the more uncertain they were. Could it be that Longao had some other killing moves? Or could it be that Longao had a sword formation that could not only kill universe undying realm experts, but also cause destructive damage to peak universe undying realm experts? If that was the case, Longao could completely ignore them and the Second Starry Sky Empire because the current Longao and the Soaring Dragon Empire did have the capital to be arrogant. However, the two didn't believe it. The reason was simple. If Longao had a sword formation that could kill peak universe Undying Realm experts, why would he wait until now? Longao could use the power of the sword formation to dominate the starry sky. At that time, not to mention the Second Starry Sky Empire, even the First Starry Sky Empire wouldn't be able to compete with the Soaring Dragon Empire. In that case, the Soaring Dragon Empire could replace them. Chapter 2289. Gradually, the two Pinnacle Universe Undying started to feel fear. Because they weren't sure if Longao had the strength to kill a Pinnacle Universe Undying. What if he did? Are you afraid? Hearing Longao's words, the two people's faces became increasingly gloomy and ugly. As Pinnacle Universe Undying, standing at the pinnacle of the vast universe, they were humiliated by Longao again and again. To them, it was a great humiliation. Longao, you're playing with fire. Is that so? Longao smiled and did not take the threat of the two people seriously. The next second, countless Starry Sky Corps slaves emerged. At a glance, there were countless Starry Sky Corps slaves everywhere. There were at least a few million of them. With just these Universe Corps slaves? Others might not know, but the two were very clear. Universe Corps slaves were the unique power of the Samsara Starry Sky ruler. If it were the Universe Corps slaves refined by the Samsara Starry Sky ruler, they might be afraid, especially when the Samsara Starry Sky ruler was personally overseeing it. But Longao, the two could only cough. Please. Long-ing ordered, and all the Universe Corps slaves began to madly attack the two. The Universe Corps slaves refined by Longao were completely different. No matter how strong they were at least undying. Millions of Universe Corps slaves could completely trap the two. Once an expert made a move, it was easy to tell. The two were besieged by millions of Space Corps slaves. Wave after wave of attacks came endlessly. What made the two peak Universe Undyings feel depressed was that no matter how they counterattacked, they couldn't kill any of the Space Corps slave. What kind of concept was this? Even if they attacked with all their strength, they couldn't kill a Universe Corps slave. What kind of concept was this? Was this for real? The two Pinnacle Universe Undying found it hard to accept, because in the vast universe their strength was enough to reach the pinnacle, yet they couldn't kill a few Universe Corps slaves. The two were almost certain that although they couldn't kill any of the Universe Corps slaves, millions of them couldn't kill the two of them either. Moreover, the two of them knew that Longao had no way of killing them. Everything he said was just a bluff. If Longao really had the strength to kill the two of them, he would have done so long ago. Why wait until now? Brother Long, we can't go on like this. Of course, Yi Ji knew that Longao could not kill the two of them. If this continued, it would not work at all. The matter at hand was to think of all sorts of ways to deal with the two Pinnacle Universe Undyings. Big Brother Yi, to be honest, this is all I can do now. It's almost impossible for me to kill the two of them. Without any surprise, Yi Ji seemed to have guessed it. If that was the case, things would be very troublesome. A peak Starry Sky Undying was indeed very powerful. If it were anyone else, once trapped by the Starry Sky Corps slave, it would be hard to escape. Only the two of them were able to force back the millions of Corps slaves. All of the Starry Sky Corps slaves disappeared because Longao sensed three extremely terrifying powers descending. They were three middle-aged men with similar appearances. Looking at the three of them, Lin Han and Wang Tao's expression was extremely gloomy. The two of them never thought that the three eagles would suddenly appear. Brother Long, these three are the first Starry Sky Empire's three eagles. They are Sky Eagle, Earth Eagle, and Human Shadow. The three of them are brothers and are all peak Starry Sky Undying. They are very powerful. Once they join forces, they are probably the strongest existence in the vast universe. They are known as the strongest under the starry sky dominator. Longao knew very well what it meant to be the strongest under the starry sky dominator. The three of you suddenly appeared. Are you here to help Longao? The two of them weren't fools. They knew that the three of them would not suddenly appear for no reason. Did Longao have an agreement with the first Starry Sky Empire? The two of them knew that without the first Starry Sky Empire, would Longao dare to provoke the second Starry Sky Empire? Without a peak Starry Sky Undying, the Soaring Dragon Empire was nothing. However, with the first Starry Sky Empire, the concept was completely different. The two of you are always so shameless, bullying the weak. The Soaring Dragon Empire has just risen. It hasn't even been a few years. If there were tens of thousands of years, do you think the second Starry Sky Empire could contend against the Soaring Dragon Empire? Contempt. It was a blatant disdain. The faces of the two were very gloomy and ugly. Because even if they joined forces, they were no match for the three Starry Sky Eagles. Otherwise, the first Starry Sky Empire wouldn't have been able to suppress the second Starry Sky Empire for so many years. The three of you, the grudge between you and us will be resolved sooner or later. However, now is not the time. You'd better not interfere in this matter. Otherwise what? The three of them didn't put the two of them in their eyes. The two of them had been fighting for God knows how many years. Every time they fought, they would always win. At their level of cultivation, it was impossible for both sides to suffer. Because of this, although the two sides could determine the winner, they couldn't determine life and death. The reason was simple: it was almost impossible for a peak Starry Sky Undying to determine life and death. Are the three of you determined to take action? So what if we are? The three of them smiled and answered. The strength of the three eagles was there for all to see. If the three of them worked together, as long as it wasn't the 12 Starry Sky Dominators, no one would be their match. The strongest under the Starry Sky Dominators were not just for show. Ignoring the two, Sky Eagle turned around and looked at Longao not far away. He smiled and said, "After so many years, you are the first person I admire. In just a few years you have grown to this extent. You are really the first person since ancient times. It's a pity that you are not willing to join our first Starry Sky Empire. Otherwise, if we work together, we can destroy the second Starry Sky Empire and dominate the Starry Sky." It wasn't an alarmist talk. The foundation and strength of the Soaring Dragon Empire were not inferior to any other Starry Sky Empire. If the first Starry Sky Empire and the Soaring Dragon Empire could join forces, it wouldn't be difficult to destroy the second Starry Sky Empire. Lin Han and Wang Tao's faces were very ugly. If Longao chose to submit to the first Starry Sky Empire, then the second Starry Sky Empire would be a little passive. At that time, unless they joined forces with other Starry Sky Empire, they wouldn't be able to compete with the first Starry Sky Empire and the Soaring Dragon Empire. Would Longao choose to submit to the first Starry Sky Empire? The two of them seemed to believe that Longao would definitely not choose to submit to the first Starry Sky Empire. If Longao wanted to, why would he wait until now? It was completely unnecessary. Chapter 2290. Longao smiled. "Thank you for your kind intentions, but I, Longao, am used to being free." He didn't care at all because Longao was able to lead the Soaring Dragon Empire and grow to such a level in just a few years. This showed how powerful Longao was. It would be strange if such a person chose to submit to the number 1 Starry Sky Empire. Indeed, the 3 Starry Sky Eagles didn't find it strange at all, as if it was a normal thing. If it was someone else, would they dare to do this? With the status and strength of the 3 Starry Sky Eagles, no one would dare to do this, except for Longao. Lin Han and Wang Tao sighed because they never thought that Longao would do this, and the three of them weren't angry at all. Were they still the three starry sky eagles they knew? At this moment, Longao smiled and said, "The three of you, although I have closed the Freedom Gate, I have a suggestion. Please speak." The three of them were very polite, as if they were peers. The three of them were true peak starry sky immortals. When the three of them joined forces, they were the strongest in the vast starry sky, the strongest under the starry sky dominator. Even Lin Han and Wang Tao weren't their opponents. Under normal circumstances, except for the 12 starry sky dominators, the three of them didn't care about anyone else. The more the three of them acted like this, the more shocked Lin Han and Wang Tao were. They didn't know what the three of them were thinking. "Three of you, I still have the same words. I have no intention of becoming enemies with any starry sky empire. It's just that some people have nothing better to do and want to cause trouble." "Longao, who are you talking about?" Both of their faces were very gloomy, as ugly as it could get. They weren't fools. Of course, they understood that Longao's words had a hidden meaning. Obviously, he was talking about the two of them and the second starry sky empire. Longao sneered. "I just want to lead my soaring dragon empire to rise and become one of the strongest empires. So I'll say the same thing again. No matter if it's the first or second starry sky empire, I have no intention to be enemies with you. However, if you're deliberately looking for trouble, then I'm not a pushover either. Look cheap?" Longao publicly humiliated the first and second starry sky empires. He was simply courting death. Other than Longao, there was probably no one else who would dare to do so. He was the first person in history to do so. The three starry sky eagles just smiled and didn't take it to heart. As for Lin Han and Wang Tao, their faces became increasingly gloomy. Now that the three space eagles were at one side, they could not attack at all. Because the two of them did not dare to be sure that if they attacked, the three of them would not attack them. Although they knew that the three of them could not kill the two of them felt helpless. The two of them simply could not defeat the three space eagles. "The three of you, my soaring dragon empire is willing to form an alliance with the first starry sky empire. What do the three of you think?" "No." Without waiting for the three eagles to answer, Lin Han had already rejected them. It was just a joke. The first starry sky empire was already very difficult to deal with. For so many years, the first starry sky empire had been suppressing the second starry sky empire. Because of this, the second starry sky empire couldn't make a comeback. If the number one starry sky empire and the soaring dragon empire joined forces, then the number two starry sky empire would lose its status. When the time comes, how would the second starry sky empire deal with it? In the two's opinion, the three space eagles would definitely not agree with Longao. If that was the case, the first starry sky empire would clearly shed all pretense of cordiality with the second starry sky empire. Unless it was a last resort, the first starry sky empire would definitely not do so. But what about the three space eagles? Sky Eagle smiled, nodded and replied, "No problem, the three of us also have the same idea. As long as Brother Long is willing, our first starry sky empire and the soaring dragon empire will be allies in the future. You live and I live, you die and I die. What do you think?" I couldn't ask for more. There was no surprise because Longao had already guessed that the three space eagles would definitely agree with him. Unless the three space eagles were crazy, otherwise, the three of them would definitely choose to form an alliance with the soaring dragon empire. The two of them were completely furious. The three space eagles agreed to form an alliance with Longao. What did this mean? The three of them made it very clear that they wanted to become enemies with the second starry sky empire. For a Longao, for a soaring dragon empire, the first starry sky empire was really going all out. No matter what, the soaring dragon empire didn't have a peak starry sky immortal overseeing it. However, the second Starry Sky Empire was completely different. Not only did they have a peak Starry Sky Immortal overseeing it, they even had two peak Starry Sky Immortal overseeing it. What kind of concept was this? Not to mention the Soaring Dragon Empire, even 10 Soaring Dragon Empires couldn't compare to the second Starry Sky Empire. The three of you, what is the meaning of this? Gritting their teeth in anger, however, due to the three's strength, whether it was Lin Han or Wang Tao, they forced themselves to endure it. The three of them were already hard enough to deal with. Now with Longao, the first Starry Sky Empire was like a tiger that had grown wings. For the second Starry Sky Empire, it was a devastating blow. From the beginning to the end, the two of them didn't expect that Longao would form an alliance with the three Space Eagles. It was simply a mistake. If they had known earlier, they would have lowered their stance and formed an alliance with Longao first. That way, they might have been able to suppress the first Starry Sky Empire. In the end, the two of them were too arrogant. They thought that with the two of them personally taking action, Longao could only obediently choose to submit. They didn't expect that Longao would rather die than submit and even dare to attack them. Lin Han, Wang Tao, the grudges between us will be resolved sooner or later, but not now. Now that we have formed an alliance with Longao, if the two of you know what's good for you, from now on, it's best not to find trouble with Longao. Otherwise, don't blame the first Starry Sky Empire for not giving you face. A threat, a blatant threat. If it was someone else who dared to do this, the two of them would have already taken action. But only the three Space Eagles were the existence that they feared the most. For so many years, they had been suppressed by the three Space Eagles. Otherwise, the second Starry Sky Empire wouldn't have always been the second Starry Sky Empire. Wang Tao's expression changed again and again. He sneered and said, "You're right. The grudge between us will be resolved sooner or later. You said it wasn't today, but I want to resolve it today. If the three of you don't interfere in this matter, we'll be at peace. Otherwise, even if both sides suffer losses today, we won't hesitate. Even if they die, they can't let Longao go. This boy's potential was too great. If they don't get rid of Longao and the Soaring Dragon Empire this time, it will become a big problem in the future." Chapter 2291. No matter what price they had to pay, they had to destroy Longao and Soaring Dragon Empire. Whether it was Longao or the three Space Eagles, how could they not know what the two were thinking? Longao had a smile on his face. He didn't care at all. Even though he wasn't a match for the two Space Undyings, Longao had full confidence that it wouldn't be easy for the two to kill him. The three Space Eagles laughed at each other. Earth Eagle laughed, "Lin Han, Wang Tao, we've known each other for countless years. We've fought both openly and secretly. No matter when, our number one Space Empire has always suppressed you. Do you think we don't know what you're capable of?" Earth Eagle continued, "If you dare to make a move, we'll stop at nothing to deal with the number two Space Empire." His expression was gloomy. The two never expected that for a small Longao and Soaring Dragon Empire, the three Space Eagles would actually go against their number two Space Empire. What was the meaning of this? Scram? Looking at Longao in front of them, the two suddenly laughed maniacally towards the sky. "Longao, don't think that with the number one Space Empire behind you, you can sit back and relax. Let me tell you, don't even think about living." After saying that, Lin Han and Wang Tao turned and left. In a blink of an eye, the two had vanished without a trace. "The three of you, please come in for a chat." "No, we still have important things to do. Brother Long, we'll meet again." "We'll meet again." Seeing the three leave, Yi Ji couldn't help but sigh. Longao really wasn't simple. He could actually attract the attention of 5 limit Space Undyings. If he didn't see it with his own eyes, he wouldn't believe it. "Brother Long, with the help of the three Space Eagles, you can be worry-free." Was that really the case? Longao didn't seem surprised at all. Instead, he became more serious. Seeing Longao's serious expression, Yi Ji was curious. He didn't know why Longao was still acting like this. Was there something fishy? Yi Ji wasn't an idiot. Of course, he could see that something was wrong with Longao. However, after thinking about it, even with the help of 3 limit space undyings, they weren't on their side. Now that 2 limit space undyings were eyeing them, who knew when they would appear? The 3 space eagles couldn't stay in Soaring Dragon Empire forever. Soaring Dragon Empire would be in a passive position. It was indeed a troublesome matter. Just as Yi Ji was about to say something, suddenly Longao sighed deeply. He said helplessly, "Big brother Yi, do you think that the 3 starry sky eagles will help us?" "You think they won't?" Limit space undyings the Emperor. Since the 3 eagles of Starry Sky had already formed an alliance with the Soaring Dragon Empire, they would definitely help the Soaring Dragon Empire. Would the 3 eagles of Starry Sky act shamelessly? It was a little ridiculous. Big brother Yi, according to my guess, if nothing unexpected happens, the 3 eagles of space will absolutely not interfere in the enmity between us. It didn't make sense. Yi Ji didn't know what was going on with Longao. He seemed to be a little suspicious. Now, the 3 space eagles aren't sure of our Soaring Dragon Empire's strength. That's why they took action. I can say that in the next period of time, the 3 space eagles won't take action. They will observe our strength. Only when we are strong enough will the 3 space eagles be willing to form a true alliance. Otherwise, we will be sacrificed. So it was like that. Now that he thought about it, it might be true. Yi Ji did not completely believe it either, because it was still too early to say whether or not this matter was as Longao had said. Inside the main hall, towards his elder brother, Longao also did not have the slightest bit of concealment and narrated the previous matter in full detail. After listening, Long Ying's expression was almost the same as Longao's. He said helplessly, "If I'm not wrong, the 3 space eagles won't wholeheartedly form an alliance with us. Everything depends on our strength." Big brother thought the same as him. Looks like he wasn't overthinking. He wasn't angry at all. This was understandable. Longao knew that in this vast starry sky, strength spoke. Without strength, why would the 3 space eagles help you? It was already good enough that they didn't hit you when you were down. For example, the 9 great starry sky empires had enough strength. How many people in the vast starry sky dared to provoke the 9 great starry sky empires? This was the cruel reality. "Seventh brother, what should we do now?" "Big brother, what do you think?" Longing thought for a while and said, "Seventh brother, the current situation is fake. The 3 space eagles definitely won't help us. We can only show enough strength to intimidate the entire starry sky, including the number 1 and number 2 starry sky empires. It's just that." Longao completely understood what his big brother meant. This was the only thing they could do now. However, what they had to do next was how to deal with the 2 peak starry sky immortals. No matter what, it was difficult to deal with 2 peak starry sky immortals with the current strength of the Soaring Dragon Empire. Longao was also very helpless. He said, "Big brother, let me think about this matter. In a short period of time, I believe that the 2 of them won't make a move because the 2 of them don't dare to be sure what the 3 eagles of Starry Sky mean." I understand. Just as Longao returned to the Primal Chaos Palace and was about to think about what to do next, the situation suddenly changed. A mysterious force that hadn't appeared before suddenly filled the entire Primal Chaos Palace. Originally, Longao thought that if the mysterious force appeared, he would bring everyone into the Primal Chaos Palace and raise their cultivation. However, in the end, Longao gave up on this idea. The reason was simple. Other than him, if anyone else entered the Primal Chaos Palace and tried to devour the mysterious force, there would only be one result. No matter who it was, they would be devoured by the mysterious force. Longao, who was originally very depressed, felt that the surroundings were filled with endless mysterious power. His face instantly became happy. He was simply pleasantly surprised to the extreme. This was because he knew very well what would happen if he devoured the mysterious force around him. He had been unable to break through for a long time, but now, he might be able to break through continuously. Now that he had broken through to the Starry Sky Universe Master level, if he could use the mysterious force to break through the titled Universe Master level and become a Starry Sky Realm Emperor, it would be a pleasant surprise. Chapter 2292. If he devoured it normally, he would only be able to break through to the titled Universe Master level. The appearance of the mysterious power was very strange. Even Longao did not know when the mysterious power would appear. That was why Longao started to devour the mysterious power immediately and crazily. He did not care if the mysterious power would backfire on him. He only cared about devouring it. The more mysterious power he devoured, the better it would be for him. Just like that, Longao devoured the mysterious power crazily for a day and a night before the mysterious power started to disappear. Even so, Longao was pleasantly surprised to the extreme. Without hesitation, Longao started to refine the mysterious power after devouring it. 3 days and 3 nights. With the help of the mysterious power, Longao's cultivation broke through continuously from the Starry Sky Universe Master level. Titled Universe Master, Starry Sky Universe Emperor, Titled Universe Emperor, Starry Sky Universe Ancestor. He only stopped when he reached the titled Universe Ancestor level. If he could continue to devour the mysterious power, he believed that his cultivation could continue to break through and he might even become a Starry Sky Universe Master. However, Longao was not unwilling because he knew very well that if he did not devour the mysterious power, it would be almost impossible for him to break through to the titled Universe Ancestor level from the Starry Sky Universe Master level. Would he be able to do it without at least a few hundred years? After leaving the Chaos Palace, Jian Wudi sensed Longao's strength and was completely stunned. Titled Universe Ancestor? Is this real? Brother Long, you. Jian Wudi was so shocked that he couldn't say anything. Jian Wudi really couldn't figure out how Longao did it. How could he raise his cultivation by so much in just a few dozen days? How difficult was it to break through from the Starry Sky Universe Master level to the Starry Sky Universe Ancestor level? How could Jian Wudi not know? I was just lucky. Longao, of course, knew what Jian Wudi wanted to say. He just smiled. Regarding the Primal Chaos Palace, he naturally wouldn't tell Jian Wudi. Even though he and Jian Wudi were friends, he was very clear about what should be said and what shouldn't be said. Lucky? Jian Wudi looked helpless. He wanted to try his luck to break through from the Starry Sky Universe Master level to the titled Universe Ancestor level. This kind of cultivation speed was truly inconceivable. He didn't ask any questions. Jian Wudi knew very well what to ask and what not to ask. Brother Long, I heard that you have formed an alliance with the number 1 Starry Sky Empire? Jian Wudi was very curious. He did not know why Longao would want to form an alliance with the number 1 Starry Sky Empire. It didn't seem like Longao's character. The Second Cosmic Empire. These few words were enough to explain Longao's thoughts. So that was the case. The news of 2 Pinnacle Universe Undyings from the Second Universe Empire coming to Soaring Dragon Empire had already spread. Everyone was shocked. Not to mention Jian Wudi. Xiling was also shocked. He asked, Longao, did you just say that you broke through so quickly because you devoured the mysterious energy in the Chaos Palace? That's right, that's exactly the case. Until now, Longao still didn't know what the mysterious energy in the Chaos Palace was. However, He was almost certain that the mysterious energy was too strong. Every time he devoured the mysterious energy, his cultivation would increase tremendously. Especially this time, when he devoured the mysterious energy, he actually broke through from the Starry Sky Universe Master level to the titled Universe Ancestor level. Such a large-scale breakthrough was unbelievable. Even Longao felt that it was a little inconceivable. Xilinx's expression was solemn. He said, "Longao, I feel that the Chaos Palace you have is not simple. Just this mysterious energy alone is not inferior to the energy in the Chaos Stone Tablet. However, we can't control it. You can use this mysterious energy to break through." "You mean, the energy in the Chaos Stone Tablet and the energy in the Chaos Palace are the same kind of energy?" "That's right." This was a little strange. "We'll talk about this later. I came this time to ask you, how should we deal with the Pinnacle Universe Undyings?" As his cultivation continued to break through, Longao was very clear that his current strength was still far from enough. If he could reach the Starry Sky Undying level, he might be able to fight against the Pinnacle Universe Undyings. However, he definitely couldn't do that now. The most important thing now was to think of a way to deal with the Pinnacle Universe Undyings. Putting aside the 3 Universe Eagles from the First Universe Empire, the biggest obstacle now was the 2 Pinnacle Universe Undyings from the Second Universe Empire. Longao was almost certain that it wouldn't be long before the 2 Pinnacle Universe Undyings came looking for him. If he couldn't come up with a good plan, how could he deal with the 2 Pinnacle Universe Undyings? Xilinx of course knew the severity of the matter. He thought about it and said, "Longao, I know what you mean. However, I can tell you that whether it's me or Long Chong, we're not a match for the Pinnacle Universe Undyings and above. If we force our way in, we might be able to kill the 2 of them, but..." Xilinx didn't continue, but the meaning behind his words was very clear. This way, Longao couldn't let Xilinx and Long Chong take the risk. If that was the case, things would be very troublesome. If Lin Han and Wang Tao came, how would he deal with them? Longao knew how strong the 2 Pinnacle Universe Undyings were. If the 2 of them insisted on fighting, then even if the Empire could resist, it would suffer heavy losses. It wasn't easy for the Empire to develop its power. If it suffered heavy losses because of the 2 of them, then wouldn't it be letting others take advantage of it? Longao didn't think that just because he formed an alliance with the First Universe Empire, the First Universe Empire was his friend. He was almost certain that if he and the Second Universe Empire both suffered heavy losses, then the First Universe Empire would be the happiest. This was without a doubt. "Longao, I have an idea. Although it can't kill the 2 of them, it can deter them." Hearing that Xilinx had an idea, Longao was delighted and couldn't wait to ask, "What idea?" Bai Ling. What does this have to do with Bai Ling?" Longao's heart skipped a beat. Could it be Xilinx? Smiling helplessly, Xilinx said, "Longao, back then my sister and I could have swallowed the sword intent Chaos Stone Tablet." Before Xilinx could finish, Longao said, "Xilinx, it's all in the past. I believe Bai Ling has already forgotten about it. Why do you keep thinking about it? To you or Bai Ling, it doesn't mean anything. What do you think?" Xilinx seemed to want to say something, but Longao continued, "This matter ends here." Chapter 2293. Xilinx shrugged his shoulders helplessly. "Longao, my sister's cultivation has already recovered to Star Sky Legend. With my help, I can guarantee that within 10 days, my sister's cultivation will break through to peak Star Sky Immortal." Bai Ling's peak strength was peak Star Sky Immortal. Longao wasn't an idiot. Of course, he knew things weren't that simple. What are the consequences? You don't need to know. If you don't let me know, I won't agree. Longao knew that Xilinx had his reasons for doing this. After all, How could it be possible to forcibly raise Bai Ling's cultivation from Star Sky Legend to Peak Star Sky Immortal? Longao, to tell you the truth, if I forcefully help Bai Ling break through to Peak Star Sky Immortal, my vitality will be greatly damaged. It will affect the speed at which I refine the Chaos Stone Tablet. So that was it. If that was the case, would Longao agree? Without a doubt, in order to help himself and Bai Ling and cause Xiling to suffer losses, Longao definitely wouldn't agree. Xiling, don't worry about this. I'll take care of it. Longao. Before Longao could continue, Longao's figure disappeared. Afraid that Xiling would act on his own, Longao immediately found Bai Ling and told her everything that had happened. Brother Long, don't worry. I won't let my sister help me. Bai Ling, for now. Alright, I know. The big picture is more important. Hearing Bai Ling's words, Longao smiled. He was already satisfied with having a confidant like her. Just as Longao guessed, as soon as he left, Xiling arrived at Bai Ling's residence. She went straight to the point. Sister, Longao's situation is very troublesome right now. I can't help him. I can't, but you can. Sister, Brother Long's problem will be solved by himself. He doesn't need our help. She seemed a bit shocked. Was this still her sister? Xiling was very clear about the relationship between her sister and Longao. She was almost certain that as long as Longao was in trouble, her sister would definitely help. She would even risk her life to help. There was no doubt about that. Could it be? Seeming to have thought of something, Xiling sighed deeply and said helplessly, Little sister, I know that Longao has already come looking for you. However, I still have to tell you that Longao's matter is indeed very troublesome. Inside the main hall, Longao was no longer worried that Xiling would help Bai Ling to increase her strength. After all, he had already told Bai Ling about the situation. As long as Bai Ling didn't want to harm her sister, she would definitely not agree to it. Seventh brother, are you still worried? Seeing his seventh brother's serious face, Longing of course knew what he was worried about. The two Peak Starry Sky Immortals of the Second Starry Sky Empire were very powerful. If the two of them went all out against him, it would be very troublesome. It would be a lie to say that he wasn't worried. Longao smiled. Brother, to be honest, I'm not worried about the two from the Second Starry Sky Empire. I'm really worried about the three from the First Starry Sky Empire. Hiding a knife behind a smile is even scarier. Longao always felt that the three Starry Sky Eagles were hiding a knife behind a smile. That was why he was very worried. He didn't know if the three Starry Sky Eagles would secretly attack him. A high-class plane away from the soaring dragon plane, the three Starry Sky Eagles sat together. The human figure said unhappily, Brother, I'm very uncomfortable. A small Longao and a small soaring dragon empire are actually qualified to form an alliance with us. What right do they have? However, the Earth Eagle smiled. Sky Eagle smiled and said, Third brother, don't be impatient. You just said that a small Longao is not qualified to form an alliance with us. We just want to borrow the power of Longao to contain the Second Starry Sky Empire. Earth Eagle continued, for so many years, although our First Starry Sky Empire has been suppressing the Second Starry Sky Empire, we have never been able to completely destroy it. The reason is because of Lin Han and Wang Tao's protection. The three of them were actually very helpless. Although the three of them could defeat Lin Han and Wang Tao together, they couldn't really destroy them. If it wasn't for this, the three of them wouldn't have waited for so many years. Brother, how can a small Longao threaten the Second Starry Sky Empire? Until now, Sky Eagle still couldn't believe it. Longao was only a Starry Sky Universe Master. Even if he had two Starry Sky Immortals, it was still a bit ridiculous for him to contend with the Second Starry Sky Empire. If the First Starry Sky Empire couldn't do it, the Soaring Dragon Empire certainly couldn't. Third brother, don't underestimate Longao. He's not simple. What did brother mean? Sky Eagle stood up and looked at the endless void in the distance. He said, Longao has grown to this point in just a few years. It's enough to prove his strength and potential. If we can borrow the power of Longao to destroy the second Starry Sky Empire, it may not be a bad thing. Among the 9 great Starry Sky Empires, the second Starry Sky Empire was the biggest threat to the first Starry Sky Empire. This was also the real reason why the first Starry Sky Empire always wanted to destroy the second Starry Sky Empire. Brother, if we destroy the second Starry Sky Empire together with Longao, we won't be able to suppress Longao. What should we do then? Sky Eagle was also very worried. Because of Longao's potential and talent, as well as the Soaring Dragon Empire's current strength, they were indeed a threat to the first Starry Sky Empire. Because no one could guarantee that the Soaring Dragon Empire wouldn't have a peak Starry Sky Immortal in the future. What if it did? Sky Eagle obviously understood his brother's worries. After thinking for a while, he said, Hee, Longao is just a chess piece for us. For so many years, us 3 brothers have been chasing the peak. Unfortunately, we don't have the Primal Chaos Tablet. Our training has already reached the peak. If we want to reach the next level, we have to devour the tablet. The 12 Primal Chaos Tablets were something every Starry Sky practitioner dreamed of obtaining. However, for so many years, no one had ever gotten a single tablet. Including them, these so-called peak Starry Sky Immortals, no one had ever gotten a tablet. After we've completely destroyed the second Starry Sky Empire, we'll immediately destroy the Soaring Dragon Empire. We won't give Longao any chance to rise. This time, we'll destroy all the Super Starry Sky Empires. Then, us 3 brothers can focus on finding the Primal Chaos Tablets and pursue the path of the Starry Sky Ruler. Sky Eagle and the human silhouette nodded. Finding the Primal Chaos Tablets was a must. No one could stop them. However, before that, they had to deal with all the problems that threatened the first Starry Sky Empire. Chapter 2294. Other than the first and second Starry Sky Empires, the other 7 empires all chose to watch from the sidelines. The 9 great Starry Sky Empires. The first Starry Sky Empire had 3 Pinnacle Space Undyings, the second had 2 Pinnacle Space Undyings, as for the remaining 7, each had 1 Pinnacle Space Undyings. The 7 great Starry Sky Empires were happy to see the war between the first and second Starry Sky Empires and reap the benefits from it. As for Soaring Dragon Empire, no one cared about Soaring Dragon Empire at all. Longao's life or death was even less important. No matter how strong Soaring Dragon Empire was, without a Pinnacle Space Undyings, Soaring Dragon Empire would never be able to squeeze into the 9 great Starry Sky Empires. This was without a doubt. Lin Han, Wang Tao. The 2 Pinnacle Space Undyings expressions were dark, as ugly as they could get. The 2 never expected the 3 Space Eagles to suddenly appear. If it was just Soaring Dragon Empire, it wouldn't be hard to destroy it. However now, with the interference of the first Starry Sky Empire, things would become very troublesome. Brother Wang, what should we do now? Han Lin's body emitted endless killing intent. If it wasn't for the 3 Space Eagles, Soaring Dragon Empire might have already been destroyed. Wang Tao's expression was helpless. Brother Lin, I believe you already know the current situation. I don't need to say more. Lin Han nodded. Of course he knew a thing or two about the current situation. Wang Tao sneered and said, according to my guess, if nothing unexpected happens, the 3 Space Eagles definitely won't interfere when we deal with Soaring Dragon Empire. What does that mean? Lin Han was very curious. He didn't know what that meant. He didn't know why the 3 Space Eagles wouldn't interfere when he was dealing with Soaring Dragon Empire. What was going on? Lin Han knew that Longao and the 3 Space Eagles had formed an alliance. If he were to deal with Soaring Dragon Empire, The three space eagles would definitely interfere. If they didn't, was this still an alliance? Brother Lin, do you really think the three space eagles and Longao are in an alliance? Isn't that the case? Definitely not, it's just a surface issue. I can almost say that the three space eagles won't interfere with our matters, they'll just watch from the sidelines and reap the benefits. So that was it. If that was the case, then wouldn't it be benefiting the first Starry Sky Empire? Lin Han wasn't an idiot, of course he knew what the three space eagles meant. Brother Lin, since the three space eagles want to reap the benefits, why don't we beat them at their own game? What do you mean? Retreat in order to advance. Let's first become friends with Longao. Destroying the soaring dragon empire won't bring us any benefit. Lin Han nodded. The two pinnacle space undyings were very clear on the current situation. The three space eagles suddenly acted because they wanted to deal with the second universe empire, and not to form an alliance with Longao. Soaring dragon in the end, Longao was still wary of the two pinnacle universe undyings. The entire soaring dragon realm was temporarily sealed. No one could enter and no one could leave. The news of Longao's breakthrough to the titled universe ancestor realm had already spread and everyone was shocked. Although everyone knew that Longao's talent was extraordinary and his cultivation speed was fast, it was unimaginable for him to break through to the titled universe ancestor realm from the starry sky universe venerate in just a few dozen days. Longao's talent was enough to shock the entire vast starry sky. If he continued to cultivate with this talent, Longao believed that it wouldn't take long for him to become a starry sky supreme being. Moreover, he would progress triumphantly all the way until he eventually became a starry sky immortal. Everyone even asserted that Longao might eventually reach the peak starry sky immortal realm because his talent was too heaven-defying. Even so, no one was willing to believe that Longao's cultivation could rise so quickly. Within the primal chaos palace, Longao was still waiting for the mysterious energy. If he could do it again, he might be able to break through to the starry sky immortal realm from the titled universe ancestor realm. If that was the case, he would be able to fight against a peak starry sky immortal realm expert. Unfortunately, the mysterious energy within the primal chaos palace wasn't something he could control. In other words, the mysterious energy could appear at any time. It also depended on the mood of the primal chaos palace. He shrugged helplessly. Longao was helpless against the mysterious energy within the primal chaos palace. If it was during normal times, the mysterious energy could appear at any time. However, the current situation was very special, especially after provoking the second starry sky empire. The appearance of two peak starry sky immortal realm experts made the situation very dangerous. Therefore, Longao couldn't wait to increase his strength. The stronger he was, the better it would be for the Empire. Unfortunately, the mysterious energy within the primal chaos palace didn't appear at all. He couldn't do anything about it and could only choose to give up in the end. As for the 9-revolution primal chaos technique, he had already cultivated to the first 6 revolutions. As for the remaining 7, 8, and 9 revolutions, who knew when he would be able to break through. However, Longao was looking forward to seeing how powerful the remaining 3 revolutions would be. However, Longao also knew how difficult the remaining 3 revolutions would be. It was most likely a breakthrough between life and death. If he was just a little bit off, he would fall into a state of eternal damnation. The first Starry Sky Empire and Soaring Dragon Empire had formed an alliance. The envoy sent by the first Starry Sky Empire was none other than Jian Wudi's master, Zhao Chong, a Starry Sky expert. With regards to Zhao Chong's sudden arrival, Longao wasn't surprised at all. Just as he had guessed, the 3 Starry Sky Eagles wanted to reap the benefit. They definitely wouldn't help him. With Zhao Chong's arrival, Longao was even more certain that the three starry sky eagles were even more shameless and hateful than Lin Han and Wang Tao. Master, you're here? This time I'm representing the First Starry Sky Empire to form an alliance with Soaring Dragon Empire. If Soaring Dragon Empire has any requests, feel free to state them. If we can do it, we definitely won't refuse. It sounded like the First Starry Sky Empire was very generous. However, Longao and even Jian Wudi knew that the First Starry Sky Empire was just being polite. Longing coughed twice and said with a smile, "The First Starry Sky Empire is too polite. We're already very happy to form an alliance. As for other aspects, we don't have any other requests." Longao didn't appear, which made Zhao Chong very unhappy. However, he didn't do anything. Chapter 2295. Zhao Chong had not expected that Longao would be able to lure out the three old masters. Others might not know what the three eagles meant, but how could he not know? The current Zhao Chong did not dare to offend Longao casually. The reason was simple. This was someone who did not even care about the Second Cosmic Empire and the two peak immortal beings. Why would he care about a mere cosmic being? The current Longao was no longer who he used to be. Zhao Chong was even more clear about one thing. If the current Longao wanted to kill him, it would be a matter of minutes. Zhao Chong did not return to the First Cosmic Empire immediately. Instead, he stayed behind temporarily. The reason was simple. Zhao Chong's visit this time around was mainly for show. The more the First Cosmic Empire acted like this, the more certain Longao was that his guess was right. The three eagles did not want to help him at all. The three eagles wanted nothing more than to borrow his strength to take down the Second Cosmic Empire. But now was not the time to fall out with the First Cosmic Empire. If he did, it would be hard for him to back down with the Second and First Cosmic Empire behind him. Boom, 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 boom. The entire starry sky began to tremble as though there was an earthquake. This was something that had never happened before in countless years. Just what was going on? In front of a gigantic seat. Devouring Star Ruler, Thunder Star Ruler, Space Star Ruler, Time Star Ruler, Destruction Star Ruler, Reincarnation Star Ruler, Massacre Star Ruler, Divine Calculation Star Ruler, Indestructible Tyrant Body Star Ruler, Darkness Star Ruler. The 10 rulers of stars all appeared in front of him. Their faces were filled with surprise, shock, and disbelief. "Everyone, you must have sensed something just now." Hearing the words of the divine mathematician, all the rulers nodded their heads. To think that there would be other Chaos Stone tablets in the vast universe. If I hadn't experienced it myself, it would have been hard to believe. All the rulers were exasperated. After so many years, everyone believed that there were a total of 12 Chaos Stone tablets in the vast universe. They were the 5 Elements Chaos Stone Tablet, Devour Chaos Stone Tablet, Lightning Chaos Stone Tablet, Space Chaos Stone Tablet, Time Chaos Stone Tablet, Destruction Chaos Stone Tablet, Reincarnation Chaos Stone Tablet, Slaughter Chaos Stone Tablet, Divine Divination Chaos Stone Tablet, Sword Intent Chaos Stone Tablet, Indestructible Tyrant Body Chaos Stone Tablet, and Darkness Chaos Stone Tablet. Other than that, there was no 13th Chaos Stone Tablet. But what was the result? Just now, the 12 rulers of the starry skies had simultaneously sensed the aura of the primal Chaos Stone Tablet. In other words, in the vast starry skies, another Chaos Stone Tablet appeared. This was the so-called 13th Chaos Stone Tablet. He would be lying if he said he wasn't shocked. Clairvoyant, what should we do now? Now, all the races of the universe looked to the clairvoyant as their leader. In any case, of the 12 starry sky rulers, only Master God Diviner had recovered his peak strength. The others were still working on refining the primal Chaos Stone steels. He thought for a moment. Master God Diviner sighed helplessly. "I just sense that we can't enter this plane, so we have no idea what's going on inside. All the starry sky rulers were completely stunned. They had never imagined that there would be a plane in the vast starry sky that they could not enter. No one doubted the oracle's words. Right now, Master God Diviner was truly the #1 expert in the universe. Not even the 11 of them were a match for him, let alone anyone else. In the distance, Longao, Xiling, and Long Chong appeared. The three of them had all devoured the primal chaos stone tablets, and so they had all sensed the arrival of this mysterious plane. However, they didn't want to meet with the others, which was why they didn't reveal themselves. Longao, I sensed it just now. We can't enter this mysterious plane at all, and the primal chaos stone tablet is inside. It's hard to imagine that there really are other primal chaos stone tablets in this vast universe. Xiling knew that Longao had the 13th chaos stone tablet, but he hadn't imagined that there would be another one in this vast universe. He nodded. After devouring the primal chaos stone tablet, Longao could naturally sense it. He chuckled. Xiling, the 12 of you can't enter, but I can. Why is that? Xiling was quite curious. If Longao hadn't devoured the primal chaos stone tablet, of course he could enter this mysterious plane as he pleased. Only Longao was in the same situation as himself. This was because Longao had also devoured the primal chaos stone tablet. If that was the case, then why was Longao able to enter this mysterious plane? He couldn't figure it out. He really couldn't figure it out. Xiling, this mysterious plane is covered by a layer of mysterious power. For now, we'll call this mysterious power the power of primal chaos. Although the 12 of you haven't truly mastered the power of the primal chaos stone tablets, you've still come into contact with it. Thus, once you enter this mysterious plane, you'll be attacked by the power of primal chaos. Whether you'll live or die is still unknown. Not even Longao knew whether or not this power of primal chaos would be able to kill Xiling and the others. However, his intuition told him that this mysterious plane wasn't simple at all. If even the 12 rulers of the starry sky couldn't enter, then it was obvious how terrifying this plane was. I see. Then why were you able to enter? Because my primal chaos stone tablet is a non-elemental primal chaos stone tablet. I've already tried, and I can indeed enter this plane. As for why, I don't know. Xiling was pleasantly surprised. He said, Longao, if that's the case, and we rulers of the starry sky can't enter, then you can. If you can obtain another primal chaos stone tablet, then it'll be of great help to you. How could Longao not understand Xiling's intentions? Longao, of course, wanted to obtain another primal chaos stone tablet. Even if it was just one, then within the soaring dragon empire, there would be someone who could devour a primal chaos stone tablet and become a ruler of the starry sky. This would be of great help to the empire. Big brother, if you enter the mysterious plane alone, I'm afraid it'll be very dangerous. Thus, I suggest that you don't enter the mysterious plane. Is it worth the risk for a primal chaos stone tablet? Was it worth it? From Xiling and Longao's point of view, it was very worth it. Because in their hearts they knew very well what a primal chaos stone tablet meant. Chapter 2296. It was worth it. Long Chong, I know what you mean, but the primal chaos steels are within the primal chaos plane. I must get them. Long Chong knew his big brother's personality well. Once he had decided on something, he would not change his mind. Because of this, Long Chong didn't try to persuade him any further. Longao, Xiling, Long Chong, come here. Now that the 10 rulers of Starry Sky had discovered them, Longao and the other two didn't continue to hide. I'm sure you already know about this plane. I know a thing or two. Longao nodded, his voice calm. Master God Diviner, what should we do now? Everyone looked to Master God Diviner as their leader. After all, he was the only one of the 12 rulers of Starry Sky who had recovered to his peak. He thought for a moment. Master God Diviner said helplessly, "None of the 12 of us can enter this mysterious plane. However, we cannot allow anyone else to obtain the primal chaos steels." Everyone nodded. They all knew what it meant for someone else to obtain a primal chaos steel. Only 12 rulers of Starry Sky were allowed to preside over the vast universe. Because of this, it was impossible for a 13th ruler of Starry Sky to appear. Then how do we seal this plane? Master God Diviner shook his head. The power of this plane isn't something we can seal. We can't guard this place forever, so the best thing to do is to spread the word. Let's not stop anyone. Once someone comes out with a primal chaos steel, we can sit back and reap the benefit. Everyone understood what Master God Diviner meant. Not a single person said anything. They all expressed their agreement. "Longao, do you have a problem?" "Ask me." The surrounding rulers of Starry Sky looked curiously at Longao. Master God Diviner had asked no one but Longao. What was the meaning of this? Could it be that Longao's status was higher than the other rulers of Starry Sky? But under these circumstances, no one dared to ask. "I have no problem." Master God Diviner smiled and said, "You can enter, and I can promise you that as long as you can obtain the tablet with your own strength, none of us will do anything to you." Other than Xiling and Long Chong, all of the Star Dominators were shocked when they heard about the clairvoyant. What did the oracle mean by that? No one was an idiot. They all knew what the divine mathematician meant. If Longao could obtain the primal chaos tablet, and the rulers of space couldn't do anything about it, wouldn't that mean that Longao could devour the primal chaos tablet and become a ruler of space? From this, it could be seen how much Master God Diviner valued Longao. "Thank you." Longao didn't refuse at all, because this kind of thing would only make things worse. He didn't know if Master Clairvoyant was doing this on purpose, but the other rulers of the stars were already suspicious of him. Of course, the 12 rulers of the universe didn't reveal their identities. Instead, they spread the news that a mysterious plane had descended from the vast universe, and that there was a primal chaos tablet inside. The 12 of them didn't say that the primal chaos tablet was the 13th tablet. The temptation of a primal chaos tablet was too great, and no one could resist it. Once the news spread, the entire universe was shaken. Longao was already preparing to enter the primal chaos plane. It was almost certain that there would be dangers inside, and the slightest bit of carelessness could lead to eternal damnation. Longao first sent Xiling and Long Chong back to the Soaring Dragon Plane to inform his elder brother that no one in the Soaring Dragon Empire, including Yi Ji, was allowed to enter the Primal Chaos Plane without permission. If not for Longao's warning, Yi Ji and the others would definitely enter. However, Yi Ji knew Longao's personality well. Longao wouldn't want to devour the tablet alone, so Yi Ji gave up on entering the Primal Chaos Plane. The 9 galaxies, the 12 Peak Universe Immortals, and the Hidden Peak Universe Immortals, Universe Legends and Universe Almighties, and even those below the Universe Ancestor all rushed to the Primal Chaos Plane. In a short day, around the Primal Chaos Plane there was a sea of people. No one knew how many people there were, because all the experts in the universe who could make it had all arrived, and the number was still increasing. If one relied on strength to snatch the tablet, no one would dare to enter. Because in the vast universe, other than the 12 universe rulers, the strongest existences were Peak Universe Immortals and Universe Immortals. However, this time, snatching the tablet didn't rely on strength, but luck. As long as one's luck was good, not to mention Peak Universe Immortals, even a Level 1 Universe Cultivator might be able to get the tablet. It was because of this reason that no matter who it was, as long as they could make it, they all came. There were teams of a few people, hundreds of people, and even tens of thousands of people. For example, the 9 great universe empires had hundreds of thousands of people, because everyone knew that there was strength in numbers. Everyone arrived at the primal chaos plane, and without any hesitation, they all rushed into the primal chaos plane. The first to enter were the 30 peak universe immortals, followed by the universe immortals, universe legends, universe almighties, universe ancestors, universe emperors, universe emperors, and so on. After 2 hours, almost all the people had entered. However, there were still countless starry sky cultivators coming from all directions. At a glance, the place was densely packed with people. With so many people rushing into the primal chaos plane, everyone thought that if the primal chaos plane wasn't big enough, it wouldn't be able to fit all of them. In that case, finding the tablet would be much easier. But what was the result? After entering the primal chaos plane, everyone was thoroughly shocked. No one could have guessed that the primal chaos plane was too big and boundless. With so many people entering the primal chaos plane, it was like ants entering a plane. Not to mention the current people, even if everyone in the vast starry sky entered the primal chaos plane, they would still be a little tiny. No one knew how big the primal chaos plane was. If that was the case, the difficulty of finding the primal chaos tablets would increase exponentially. No one knew where the primal chaos tablets were. If a peak starry sky immortal or starry sky immortal attacked, no one in the primal chaos plane would be able to contend against a peak starry sky immortal. Everyone was extremely worried about the 9 great universe empires, especially the peak universe immortals. If they couldn't get the tablet, they would lose their lives. That would be a great loss. Because of this, everyone hid from the peak universe immortals, including the 9 great empires. However, they all wanted to get the tablet, so no one was willing to kill each other. Chapter 2297. Longao also entered the primal chaos plane. Primal chaos plane was just a temporary name Longao came up with for the time being. Others might not know, but how could Longao not know? This world was filled with primal chaos energy, which was the energy contained within the primal chaos stone tablet. This kind of energy could be said to be the most powerful force in the vast universe. Even the 12 space sovereigns could not fully grasp this kind of power. However, this kind of energy would not attack casually. Other than Longao, no one else knew anything about the primal chaos plane. Everyone only knew one thing, and that was the existence of a primal chaos stone tablet in this world. No matter who it was, as long as one could devour a primal chaos stone tablet, there was hope for them to become a space sovereign in the future. Frantically searching, everyone searched everywhere for the primal chaos stone tablet, but the primal chaos plane was too big. Who knew where the primal chaos stone tablet was? Wanting to find the primal chaos stone tablet's whereabouts was not an easy task. Chun Ting and Chun Chun, father and son, entered the primal chaos plane without permission. The two had been searching for Longao's whereabouts, and finally, on the 5th day, they found Longao. They had just met. Longao had already understood what had happened. His face was extremely cold, and it was as ugly as it could get. Longao, we entered the primal chaos plane this time, just to try our luck. If we can really devour a primal chaos stone tablet and become a space sovereign, we definitely won't forget. Waving his hand, Longao's face was filled with disgust, not wanting to continue listening. Originally, he felt that Chun Ting and Chun Chun were talents and wanted to put them in an important position, but he didn't expect that these two dared to go against his wishes, not putting him in their eyes at all. Your life and death, from now on, I won't ask about it. Longao really wanted to kill this time. The entire Soaring Dragon Empire, including Yi Ji, did not casually step into the primal chaos plane, only Chun Ting and Chun Chun did. The two jumped in fright. Longao, Take care of yourself. As he watched Longao turn and leave, Chen Ting cursed, Father, why do we need to beg him? If we can devour the primal chaos tablet and become the ruler of the universe, he will be the one fawning over us, not us. Chen Chen had a bad premonition in his heart. He kept feeling that their decision this time seemed to be somewhat lacking in consideration. However, since things had already come to this, there was no turning back for the two of them. At this time, even if the two of them were willing, Longao might not accept them. Alright, you're right. Let's see how lucky we are. The two of them were completely blinded by the primal chaos stone tablet. Not only the two of them, but everyone else seemed to have gone crazy for the primal chaos stone tablet. Longao had just left when Zhao Chong's figure suddenly appeared. Senior Zhao Yu. Looking at Zhao Chong, who suddenly descended before them, no matter if it was Chen Ting or Chen Chen, both of their expressions completely changed. Because of Zhao Chong's strength, a starry sky powerhouse, if he wanted to kill them, it would be a matter of minutes. You two really overestimate yourselves. You actually dared to step into the primal chaos plane and try to steal the primal chaos stone tablet. Are you qualified? Just as the two of them were about to speak, Zhao Chong continued, I don't want to waste words. I'm going to kill you and give Longao a gift. A gift? Using the two of them as a gift? The two of them were prepared to understand what Zhao Chong meant. According to normal circumstances, since he had entered the primal chaos plane, Zhao Chong's top priority should be to find the primal chaos stone tablet. However, Zhao Chong wanted to kill the two of them. This was completely nonsensical. In the eyes of someone like Zhao Chong, the two of them weren't even ants. Everything was to curry favor with Longao. The two of them were inwardly furious. Senior Zhao Yu, cut the crap, me. Just as Zhao Chong was about to attack, Longao's figure suddenly appeared, returning. Seeing Longao, the two of them were delighted. They immediately retreated to his side. Chen Chen said, We were wrong. Please save us. Zhao Chong, what is the meaning of this? If it was before, facing a starry sky almighty, Longao would be a little afraid. However, the situation was completely different now. With the breakthrough of his cultivation base, he had reached the titled World Ancestor realm. He was only one step away from becoming a starry sky almighty. Longao was full of confidence. With his current strength, even if he faced Zhao Chong, he still had the strength to fight. Because of this, Longao didn't have the slightest fear. Longao, the two of them are traitors. Without your orders, they actually dared to step into this place without your permission. They completely don't put you in their eyes. I'll help you get rid of them. It can be considered a gift to you. Chen Chen and Chen Ting didn't dare to speak. In this situation, they didn't have the qualifications to interrupt. As long as Longao was willing, they could be killed at any time. They wouldn't even have the chance to fight back. Right now, they only hoped that Longao wouldn't agree. Longao smiled and said, No matter whether they are obedient or not, they are still people of the Soaring Dragon Empire. It's not up to you to control them. What do you think? Hearing Longao's words, the two of them finally felt relieved. It seemed that Longao didn't take this matter to heart. In this case, their lives were saved. Zhao Chong wasn't angry at all. Of course, he knew about Longao's orders. The entire Soaring Dragon Empire, including the two Starry Sky Immortals, didn't come. Only the two of them came. He originally wanted to curry favor with Longao, but he didn't expect Longao to do this. Zhao Chong was very clear about Longao's potential. Otherwise, he wouldn't let his disciple join the Soaring Dragon Empire. Longao knew what Zhao Chong meant. He knew what kind of person Zhao Chong was. This kind of person couldn't be associated with too much. He could even say that if there was a chance, Zhao Chong would definitely stab him in the back. Longao, I'm only doing this for your own good. Sorry, I don't need it. Not wanting to stay any longer, Longao said, "Let's go," and then quickly left with the two of them. In a short while, the three of them had already disappeared without a trace. Looking at the three of them gradually disappearing, Zhao Chang's face became gloomier and gloomier. He said to himself coldly, "Longao, since you don't know what to do, don't blame me for being rude. You're still far from being able to fight with me." Outsiders didn't know at all, including Jian Wudi, that Zhao Chong actually had a secret. That was, Zhao Chong had 3 teachers, 3 peak Starry Sky Immortals. They were the 3 Starry Sky Immortals from the number 1 Starry Sky Empire. Zhao Chong originally wanted to build a good relationship with Longao and make good use of him. However, he saw Longao's attitude just now. Since that was the case, he would cut the weeds and eliminate the roots to prevent future troubles. Chapter 2298. Zhao Chong was very clear that if he relied on his own strength, he might not be Longao's match. Although Longao was only a titled world ancestor, he did not have the slightest bit of confidence. The only way was to borrow the strength of his 3 masters. His 3 masters, also known as the 3 Space Eagles, were all peak Starry Sky Immortals. If they wanted to kill Longao, it would be a matter of minutes. The 2 following behind Longao did not dare to say a word. They thought that they could obtain the Primal Chaos Tablet, but they did not expect that before they could even search for it, they would almost be killed. The 2 found it hard to imagine that if this continued, not to mention devouring the Primal Chaos Tablet, they might not even be able to leave this Primal Chaos plane alive. "Father, what should we do now?" Chen Ting was very worried. He did not know what Longao meant. Longao had already given the order, no matter who it was, they were not allowed to enter the Primal Chaos plane. If the 2 of them entered without permission, if Longao attacked, the 2 of them would only have a path of death. Wait and see. Actually, Chen Ting did not know what Longao meant. The current situation was very unfavorable for them. After walking for about 10 minutes, Longao suddenly stopped, scaring the 2. "Big brother." From Longao to Big Brother, it was clear what the 2 meant. In the end, the 2 of them were still afraid of Longao, because Longao's current strength was not something they could contend against. As long as Longao wanted to, he could kill them in a matter of minutes. "You want to devour the Primal Chaos Tablet?" What did Longao mean by this? The 2 of them were confused. They did not know what Longao meant, but since things had already come to this, the 2 of them could only brace themselves and reply, "Big brother, if we say we don't want to devour the Primal Chaos Tablet, I'm afraid you won't believe us. This time, we came to the Primal Chaos Plane to try our luck and see if we can obtain the Primal Chaos Tablet." Speaking the truth, Longao was not as angry as they imagined. Instead he said helplessly, "Do you know why I didn't let you enter the Primal Chaos Plane? Please tell us." Indeed, the 2 of them did not know. However, the 2 of them were not fools. Of course, they could guess that since Longao had stopped the people from the Soaring Dragon Empire from coming, there must be something fishy going on. However, the 2 still wanted to try their luck. He shook his head. Longao said helplessly, "You 2 really don't know the immensity of heaven and earth. I can tell you that no matter who gets the Primal Chaos Tablet, only death awaits. Even a peak universe immortal is the same. Even if the other rulers of the universe couldn't do it, that didn't mean Master Clairvoyant couldn't. Considering how strong Master God Diviner was, he could easily destroy anyone." The 2 of them were shocked because they knew very well that Longao would definitely not lie to them. It was completely within his expectations. If it were so easy, Longao would definitely have asked all the people of the Soaring Dragon Empire to come here. After all, there was strength in numbers. But what was the result? Other than Longao himself, no one was allowed to enter. What did this mean? Could it be that the two of them had really made a mistake in entering the primal chaos plane? Chunting, Chun, from now on, you are no longer people of the Soaring Dragon Empire, and you have nothing to do with me, Longao. I still say the same thing, you're on your own now. The two of them were completely frightened. Under such circumstances, if Longao really chose to stand by and watch, the two of them would most likely die. Big brother! He waved his hand and stopped the two of them. Longao said impatiently, in the Soaring Dragon Empire, including Big Brother Yi, no one disobeyed me. Do you know why? Deterrence? Probably not. Even if others were afraid of Longao, Yi Ji had no reason to be afraid of Longao. In any case, Yi Ji was a Starry Sky Immortal expert. Unless he reached the peak of Starry Sky Immortal Realm, Yi Ji could completely dominate the entire vast Starry Sky. Since that was the case, Yi Ji did not step into the primal chaos plane. Everyone chose to believe me. Because they know I won't harm them, including Dongfang Hao. Only the two of you. Chun Ting and Chun vaguely remembered that they had found Dongfang Hao and Che Yimin and asked them to come with them to try their luck and see if they could devour the primal chaos tablet. But the result was, whether it was Dongfang Hao or Che Yimin, the two of them had the same attitude. They were determined not to come. Even if it was because of the temptation of the primal chaos tablet, the two of them had such a result. At first, the two of them were curious. They didn't know what was going on with the two of them. If it was anything else, they would have given up. Only the primal chaos tablet was something every universe immortal dreamt of obtaining. For the primal chaos tablet, even a peak universe immortal would do anything to obtain it. It was fine if others chose to believe in Longao, but they couldn't understand. Che Yimin and Dongfang Hao had just joined the Soaring Dragon Empire. Why would they trust Longao so much? They couldn't understand. They really couldn't understand. Can you give us a chance? Chance? Longao smiled. The four of you, I should have killed all of you back then. However, I value the four of you very much. According to my thoughts, even if I can't make you into peak universe immortals, at the very least you'll be universe immortals. However, forget it. What's done is done. There's no point in saying more. Not wanting to continue, he turned and left. In a short while, Longao had disappeared without a trace. Father, what should we do? We should leave this place as soon as possible. Don't create more problems. Don't tell me we're not going to try our luck? Forget it. Longao's words have a hidden meaning. Let's save our lives first. Chun Ting and Chun were prepared to leave the primal chaos plane. Unfortunately, they died. As for who killed them, no one knew. Because in the primal chaos plane, even if it was a universe immortal, including a universe legend, no one would care if they died. Killing a person here was as simple as stepping on an ant. Would anyone care if they stepped on an ant? Everyone was in danger. Everyone was searching for the primal chaos stone tablet. Because in the process of searching for the primal chaos stone tablet, no one could guarantee their safety. Because no one knew when they would be killed. Moreover, the primal chaos plane was filled with countless dangers. The slightest carelessness could lead to instant death, dying without a burial place. As for Chun Ting and Chun, Longao didn't have the slightest hesitation. No matter what, this was their own choice. They couldn't blame anyone. The primal chaos plane was boundless. Wanting to find the primal chaos stone tablets' whereabouts was like looking for a needle in a haystack. Even Longao didn't have the slightest confidence that he could find it. Again, no matter who it was, including Longao, entering the primal chaos plane was just trying their luck. You're tuning in to the Phoenix Knights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.